I mean,
I can do it if you don't want to.
I can try. Just know that I'm probably going to miss very, very many things.
That's okay.
Well, we started in the aftermath after the fall of Ian Parnish and a desperate attempt to try to gain any sort of foothold, which, as far as we're aware, succeeded. The castle has been locked down. We have managed to convince all of the guards that we are the advisors of one disguised Adeline, who is Istra. We made our way through the castle, making our way up towards the office and study of Ian Parnish. And as we finally reached his quarters after a short confrontation, we desperately tried to find any information we could, both on vampires, as Exodus succeeded in finding a way to cure them, and any other information possible. There was several close calls where we were almost discovered, especially considering the fact that Adeline had no idea any of the guards' names, despite the fact that she was acting as someone who very much would have. But we are, as far as I'm aware, still hiding up within the quarters of Ian Parnish, just trying to figure out our next move.
You are in the castle of Whitehaven and the city of Stormbrook. Whitehaven is the old name for the castle that sits on the precipice of a cliff in the port city of Stormbrook, one of the old kingdoms of men. I'm going to try to summon you in, Ray. / accident.
Yeah, let me get it open.
What's up, man?
Why don't we go around the table and just, we have our new player, Barnaby, here. Fortunately, Evie reconnected, so we have her in, so we're back to a full group. I did speak with Cordar. He is just going through some, as suspected, he's going through IRL stuff. He wants to get back in, but he's just maybe later. But he doesn't. He wants to stay engaged still. So yeah, that's kind of the plan with him. And let's go around the table. Let's start off with Barnaby.
Just introduce my character or myself as me?
You can do either. Talk to yourself about it as a player, and then say maybe what type of character you want to play, or you can leave that as a mystery as we continue the game.
I'm Gio. My name is Giovanni. You can call me Gio. I'm a carpenter. I played D&D for like 3 years, only as a DM. I recently got into the player space, like right now. I'm hoping to play a Western style character with a very dark background, but a very helpful personality. Helpful but mysterious at the same time. Very straightforward kind of guy as well. That's what I'm kind of looking for with my character. I'm hoping that I can roleplay right as a player, just because it's my first time ever playing a player. And I just want to see how this goes, really. I'll probably bring up my appearance when I show up, whenever I do.
No pressure. Azul?
I play Azul the Scar, a half-elf ranger, / rogue, Drake Warden, and Scout. My name is Juan, and I'm a CNA in a hospital. I've been, playing as a player my whole D&D experience. No DMing under this belt. That's pretty much it.
Cool. Arno?
I am Arno Waylockett. I play the Necromancer Wizard, straight out of Fiddlestead, and I am the little gnome that just wants to return his wife to life. Meanwhile, the player, I am Joshua. Pleasure to meet you all. I have been a forever DM for as long as I can remember, as it's just a great way to tell a story. And really, that's what I think all D&D is. It's a matter of telling a story with some friends that you make along the way.
Adeline.
Hi, I'm Rebecca. I play Adeline Claymore, the human warlock that's very indecisive and has a lot of issues in her past, so therefore is constantly second-guessing what the hell she's doing and who she should have a contract with. She used to have a contract with a genie that fell through. She now maybe returned to her OG god, kind of, but she's not the most morally upright person, so she's working on that. And I have a cat.
Is the cat in agreement or disagreement?
I would assume agreement, given how the way he's calling out.
Yeah, so that's Adeline. She is kind of dedicated to, she wants to help Arno at the same time. She has no idea what she's doing, so she asks Exodin, who she thinks is the most morally upright of the group because he's a paladin, hey, what the fuck am I supposed to be doing? And right now she's just lying and trying to make it through the day.
As you do, as you do.
Yeah, as one does.
And Evie.
I am playing Evie, the Mark of the Shadow Elven Bard. I am actually from Eberron, so I came in through a portal and found these guys and was sent to stop the darkness from basically descending out into the other planes. And so I've hooked up with them because we found that Ian Parnish was somehow involved in the darkness. And I'm trying to find a way to send messages back or find some kind of communication to my home, I guess. And I'm Aaron. I've mostly just played as, I've never DM'd, so yes, I just play.
Awesome. I think
I wish I could be that creative to build your own world. That's pretty awesome. So
yeah, and we have a few of her older characters. She's been playing out with us since Curse of Strahd. Alarian, which is the leader of the Thieves Guild, was one of her older characters. And now she's playing Evie. And she played a previous character which was related to another character in the game. And she ended up dying and being, her body basically being possessed by the king and used for God knows what reasons, right? And of course you guys killed her.
Yeah. And Adeline is pretending to be my dead body.
Yes.
A little confusing, but we're getting there.
That worked. That good plan. Good plan.
That's an excellent plan.
I mean, it's working so far.
It's such a bad one.
And then we
just got to teleport out, which we can't do.
And then, of course, the last player at the table is Exodin, champion of metal.
Oh, God.
I'm Ray. I've DM'd and played for the last few years, and I play Exodin, the brutish dragonborn turned paladin. And I'm just trying to figure out where I'm trying to go with my past of being an ex-slave trader through apathy, and now considering going a more righteous path, but still I've been growing up on vengeance and basically killing people out of just petty spite. So a bit of a conflict there with what my paladin creed is about.
Spent all night restless is Azul, who searches through the tomes of Ian Parnish within the library of Stormbrook and within Whitehaven, the castle. Once torn down by the orcs from the Great War, has been rebuilt with speed and urgency through powerful magics. As you guys found out, Ian Parnish was not all who he appeared to be. Once an advisor to the king, he became king himself after the king became mysteriously ill and died shortly after the city was liberated. Too much of a coincidence, and lo and behold, you found out he was a mind flayer. Being able to read minds and infiltrate into the kingdom of one of the kingdoms of men. Azul is up all night, restless, tearing through the tomes in the library of Whitehaven, looking for some secret to uncover the rejuvenation of the great Gaia tree to the southwest, to hopefully bring back his kin, the wood elves, the Azrai, that have now spread across all of Zin like the wind, like the leaves blowing in wind. Evie is in the room with you. You see this as Azul looks exhausted. Azul takes a stack of exhaustion from staying up all night trying to read the books. Evie, we're in this basically in the castle here, as you can see, right? You kind of see your model here?
Can you pull me in?
Yep. Here you go, buddy.
Like above that level. So let me get down to the right level.
Yeah, one way you can do it is you can kind of double click your
that thing
model
on the side. That's so much better.
And then if you need to, you can use an arrow key to the left or right to readjust. But you guys are right now in there. Yeah. What do you guys do?
Have you found anything?
No. It's so much to go through. It's I'm not finding anything. Nothing is. No.
Can I assist you in any way?
Yes. I would. Like, he's been awake all day. I mean, all night. He's having a hard time concentrating. Yes. If you can, help me pull through these books. I know I can if I just keep going, I could possibly find something. And like, he just like grabs another book off the shelf and like he's squinting his eyes, trying to continue to read. He starts opening another book.
Okay. Are there any other books around as well?
What are you looking for, Evie?
I am looking for anything related to the fingers, portals, any kind of, I guess, interdimensional or I don't know what realms, different realm crossings, anything like that.
Something that like crosses the planes. You're perusing through this. Of course, the Dark Divide is good at looting, as they've taken the entire treasury and any artifacts that were in here. You do see a solemn statue with two symbols, the one of Komita and the one of Komis, as you begin to scale the bookshelf.
Now I found my character.
Yeah, there you go.
Now I can see where I am. Okay.
A brass brazier stands in the center with the flame that never goes out. The pillows, some strange skull remains here with some like altar to some strange dark god. To the left, you see something odd. Three tablets written in a strange ancient elven language.
Can I read them?
Can you read ancient Elvish?
I can read Elvish.
Like the script looks like it's an Elvish, but it's an ancient Elvish script. So you can make out some like it's like reading probably like Spanish to Portuguese in a way.
Okay.
You see something talking about a mouth, and so it's hard to put it all together without fully understanding the language. Let's go to Exodon real quick. Exodon is laying down in the next room over on the bed. What is Exodon thinking about?
I'm contemplating why Madel would have chosen to herald me as one of his paladins and save me. And I am also still thinking about that lady in the bank as an aside, I'm wondering why Maida would choose me again. Why and I am consumed with the thought of wanting to get back at that person who cursed me.
The half woman, half lion put a gaze on you, commanding you to serve her, essentially. Or go get the finger, I believe, right? That was kind of one of the things. You look down into your hand.
It was the goblet.
Oh, the goblet? Interesting. Yeah. So long ago. What do you want to do, Exodus?
I want to fall asleep if I can without being disturbed by...
I'm saying it's in the morning, right?
Oh, we're waking up? All right.
Yeah.
Then I will get out of bed and go into the main room.
It is 7:03 in the morning. Cool. Let's go to Adeline. What is Adeline doing? What is she thinking about as she wakes up in the morning?
When she wakes up in the morning, one of the things that she had looked over her book that she contains all of her magic because it's connected to her pact. And she had prayed in the nights, like being able to cast ceremony and things like that was helpful. But now she wants to help others to do what needs to be done, which means being able to read something is more important. That is to say, when I leveled up, I switched out my ability to do ritual spells to be able to read all writing.
Cool. You went back to that, huh?
So when I wake up realizing that I can do this again, I leave my room and go into the room that Arno is in.
You go and say hi to Arno? What is Arno doing? Or does Arno want a moment to himself before we begin something with Adeline?
Honestly, all I really need is he sits up and has the racking of pain as both him and Adeline are still currently diseased.
Oh, yeah, we're sick. I forgot about that.
Sick as fuck. So there's that. And I am a 400 some odd year old man who is now sick as hell. Yeah, no. I am going very slow.
Adeline, as she's coughing and sort of sneezing and stuff and not feeling well, and she comes into the room and closes the door behind her. She goes up to Arno, like, do you still have the book that you couldn't read? Well, that you wanted read? I think I can do it again.
The one in Deep Speech?
Yes.
I believe that would be Ian's. Yeah, I can read that now.
Oh, well. Next time you...
did some research last night. Picked up the old languages I had not touched in years.
That's fine. The next time you run into something that you can't read, let me know, and I can help you.
There are those tablets outside.
Right.
I'm afraid I'm going to need a minute.
Yes. She's also like sort of have that sort of pale skin, sort of sweating, sort of shaking and holding herself a little off as well. I don't think this is something I can heal out of.
I know. It's
what I can do.
Wounds.
We'll
find a way around it. We'll manage.
Yes. We did take a long rest.
That is correct. We took a long rest and we leveled up.
I will also say that this is a potential out for Istra to die. The disease gets her.
She could get sick and die.
That is true. I'm just saying.
It'd be helpful if we had a body. It would be helpful if we had a body to show people, though.
Fuck.
I'll look. I will try to find something.
We'll find a way. We'll find a way. It'll be fine. It'll be fine.
I can do one temporarily, but it won't last 10 minutes.
It'll be fine.
Right. Any idea how to get out?
Not at the moment.
I'll go bug Exodin.
All right.
If I remember correctly, he can heal. Yeah. We'll work on that.
We'll work on it. Wow. All right. Good luck.
We'll leave the room and go searching for Exodin.
Yeah, let's go back to Arno real quick. What else does Arno want to do?
I mean, other than...
Are you just sitting in the room alone now? Is that what's going on? Or are you joining the party?
At the moment, he's just going to take a minute to finger the necklace, think about the new goal he has of going down south to another continent. But otherwise, he will eventually go out and join them. However, he's very slow right now. It's going to take him like 5 minutes to get out there.
The finger around your neck is like old bone connected in the joint by dark necrotic energy.
Actually, I have a question.
Yep.
This finger, we've seen it activate after death.
You hold it up to like your ear a little bit, closer to your ears.
Cure diseases. Does coming back from the dead cure diseases?
You can kill yourself.
What I could do is kill myself, come back, and I'm cured of diseases in theory.
An extreme method of curing, but
if we have no other option, I'm turning to that. But
give it a test. Give it a test.
In theory, would that work?
Your obsession with becoming a lich, you know that the secret to Lichun is well kept. The genie, of course, that you met, and like I'm thinking of like that scene in Dr. Sleep, where you float. You're like floating through the air over the world, right? Mm-hmm. Did you see that movie, Arno?
I did. Yes.
So it's like that when you're flying over like that, and like you can just hear the sound of your heartbeat, and you're kind of projected as an astral self, and you met someone or something there who looked like a man, but maybe it's true. There's a genie on the other side of the world who can grant you a wish. Maybe the wish to becoming a lich. It just costs you. You look down across your neck. It just costs you the finger. But yeah, maybe if you can also kill yourself, you'll be brought back, and it could be pretty gruesome. Get your clothes bloody. You might have to take off your clothes, you think.
But it could work. We'll see. We'll see.
Please let me know before you do this.
For now, we deal with the disease and we make our way out. But like, it's an idea that brewed in the back of my mind as the disease spiked.
Lesser restoration, would that cure the disease? It does say illnesses, I think. Poison, paralyzed, deafened, ill. Disease.
Yeah, I read some cool extra rules in regards to diseases and curses that expand the idea of it. And one idea is that like there's like certain more powerful curses. And so similar to like Dispel Magic, if a powerful curse is cast to say 5th level, you have to bestow curse at 5th level to get rid of the curse. Something like that. Or there might be certain steps you have to do, kind of like in The Witcher, before the curse can be removed. You guys hear a knock on the door?
Oh, fuck. I run into a different room, close the door behind me, and change into Istra.
Do you still have the polymorph option there?
Yeah. Well, it's disguise self.
Yeah. That's so cool. You're able to shift in yourself there.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And unfortunately, we still have your model linked, Evie.
That's awesome.
You guys see the door isn't opened. It's just being knocked on. What do you guys do?
And I say, someone go answer that. Someone.
Bodyguard gets it. Bodyguard gets it.
Who is it? Who's at the door?
worry about it. Stay hidden. Stay in the corner.
Who is there?
It's me. Who else would it be?
Who's me?
You remember that name of the guard out there?
What do you want?
There's someone here.
Who is someone?
I'm supposed to introduce you to him. Are you dressed, my lord?
It's a bit early, don't you think?
Yes, but the nobles have started to gather and they require some help.
That's too early. Fuck.
It's supposed to be in 2 weeks, not
It's
now.
supposed to be in 2 weeks. Shit. This is bad. We gotta go. We gotta go.
My lord,
Give us
is now a good time?
No.
Hey, look.
Let him in.
My
We can hear someone out.
Is she disguised?
I'm
Yes.
disguised now.
Disguised.
By this point, I'm like, okay. I pop my head out of the door, and I am not out of the main door, but out of the door that I've like hidden behind, dressed as now disguised as Istra, with once again slightly healed bruises, but still kind of like adult woman-esque sort of thing, but like just in like in a more like in a lounging sort of dress, and I'm like, I guess.
It seems my lady is ready for your company. I open the door.
Yes. You're muted.
Ha! So I am. The door is opened, and what does Barnaby look like?
Okay.
Oh.
Barnaby, from head to toe, he has what seems to be a mix of a cowboy hat, as well as like a mix of a cowboy hat and fedora on his head, kind of slightly covering the brims of his eyes. When you look at him, you would notice that one of his eyes is gray, his left eye in specific, and his right eye is bluish. As his features go down, you can see these very sharp features and a very prominent cleft chin. You notice that his ears seem to be scarred and disformed. As you go down the torso, you would see that he has this black vest with this darker black undershirt that go all the way up to his sleeves. You notice that his gloves have his thumbs and his fingers are left out of the glove, kind of cut out. He has this red bow tie that goes around, and this tattered wool cloak that goes all the way down to his knees. The back end of it is kind of like grayish on the shoulders, and in the interior it's this reddish color, kind of matching the bow tie. He has what seem to be 2 holsters on his left, both of them currently holding guns inside, with a belt that kind of has a couple bullets on it as well. On his left hip, he also has this what seems to be like this big bag of some sort, with some what are they called? These black leathers that go all the way down. These black leather pants that go all the way down, and these what seem to be Western styled like boots with spurs on them. But whenever he takes a step, you can't really hear the sound of his feet hitting the ground.
Is he young looking or old?
He has very he's late, maybe he looks like he's like in his late 20s type deal.
Obvious race? Any signs of obvious race?
He looks more human than anything. But
Okay.
his facial features, the way it's structured, it also looks elven. But mostly human.
You see before you a decently tall woman with very long blonde hair that's like sort of half up, with slight yellowing bruises on like cheeks around her eyes and around her wrists, wearing sort of a noble woman's lounging outfit. And in particular, she is wearing a sort of a cloak that has a little bit of with the black hood for mourning reasons. And she just cloak up and she's like, yes? How can I help you?
Are you Istra?
It's Lady Istra, but yes.
He kind of reaches for his hat and kind of takes it off and puts it up to his chest. It reveals this raven black, slick back hair, kind of like really oiled and greasy. As he kind of looks up at you, he goes, "My apologies. I do have some questions regarding the whereabouts of a Thomas."
My half-brother, of course. How about you come in? And I turn to the guard and it's like, you may resume your post. I am perfectly safe here with all my...
Yes, my lady. He shuts the door.
That was easy. Fuck. All right, cool.
I walk over to a chair. Is there a chair in this study area? Let's just assume that there is. There is a chair. Okay. I walk over to a chair and I sit down. I'm very prim and purple. Yes. Go on. What questions do you have about Thomas?
You see, the noble houses have hired me to find Thomas, and since you kind of are the half sister to this Thomas, I would just like to know any information regarding his whereabouts so I can bring him in a way.
I did, if I believe correctly, that the Council of the Crown will be happening in 2 weeks' time. And I will also say, of course, that my brother was my half-brother, born of my father and his mistress. Not the queen, a mistress.
Mm-hmm.
It's rather unfortunate that the line here is one of male prerogative, but that's its own thing. The last time I saw Thomas, well, it was before my father died.
Kind of darts his eyes around the room. Do I see everybody else in here, correct?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Okay, cool.
Like a hodgepodge of different people's races, backgrounds. Very exotic.
Arno's got his eyes on your guns, because those are gnomish inventions.
So
I do as well.
So was giving you like a weird look, like he's noticing the Elvis feature. You're still human. He's like seeing like a family member almost, like a distant relative. Because like in him, like he believes like if you have elven blood, like basically cousins, and he's like giving you a weird look.
Mm-hmm. And he goes, "Are you aware?" Oh, sorry, excuse me. Are you aware of the whereabouts of a group called the Dark Divide at all? I also, as he kind of reaches into the pouch slowly, while holding his hat to his chest still, he pulls out a note, and it says, "The houses may think that would be a great asset to join them in help of either finding Thomas or whatever it is they are currently doing," as he kind of holds out his hand, or the letter in his hand.
And I point at Azul to go grab the letter. I'm like,
I walk over, put the book back in the shelf, and grab the letter, and then I look what's inside.
Okay, cool.
What does the letter say, Barnaby?
To basically summarize it, it is the noble houses of Brattonford, the Dark Guard, as well as Gremmings, the noble houses you guys know of, basically saying that they would like Barnaby Windfuhrer has his full name on it, to join the Dark Divide and help them on their to help them find Thomas and bring him towards the noble houses to bring him basically to become the heir of the throne. You know what I mean? To crown him as the next heir.
I I give like a quick read about, and then like I whisper like a summary towards Adeline.
Ah, right. Evie, darling, why don't you entertain Mr. Winfield, was it? For just a few moments. I'll be right back. And I grab, for the sake of this, and Azul, how about you help with that? And I grab Exeter and Arno, and I drag them into a room, and I close the door behind us.
The advisor must advise. Oh boy. I will leave Barnabas behind. So an owl will perch up.
Azul, in your head, you hear Adeline's voice going, just keep him distracted for a bit. I don't know if he's good. I don't know if he's bad. I don't know what the fuck is happening. Just give us a few moments. I'll keep you in the loop. Evie, you get a very similar message in your head as well.
A quick response from Azul. Got it.
You can't respond back, but that's fine.
I
can just speak. I can talk in people's heads. I don't think people can talk back. Let me double check. I can speak telepathically to any creature within 60 feet, as long as it's in the same language. Yeah, but it doesn't give them the ability to respond. So you just hear it.
Gotcha.
And I will close the door behind the three of us. DM, who would you rather go first in talks?
Let's go with you guys, and then we'll go right back.
All right.
I drop my phone so that way I can, when I reset it, it's back at the full duration. I don't know what we're gonna do. I don't know what's happening. I don't know if we can trust him. I don't even. Oh shit! No wonder. Yet, no, the nobles would know who we are. Unfortunately, but they don't know it's us. They just think we need to help him find him because Ian did ask and put in an official notice about us doing dragon shit and us being heroes to the realm because we did the thing.
Well, any assistance on restoring order in this chaotic mess is welcome to me.
Yes.
We can go find him. Well, for our intents and purposes. We just let the vampire go up. Let him take it.
Here's a question, though. He doesn't know that I am not Istra.
So
what are we going to do about that?
So you don't tell him.
Okay.
Or
now
we tell him.
So with me, but Istra is still here. I'm just very confused on what our next.
The tunnels.
Okay, so we go down to the throne room.
We go down to the throne room. We inform them that we need to remove a body from the tunnels.
Okay. I don't think they're going to let Istra do that, but I guess Adeline will have to do it.
Yes.
I should say that I've always been here.
That you were amongst us. That we had you teleport in. Yes.
Or simply test him right here, now.
Or I could.
What do you think he's trustworthy?
Polymorph you into a mouse and carry you in my pocket.
That would also work.
But the point still stands.
That is also true.
We need to do something that will let us leave, because I cannot teleport us out of here.
What if we all become mice and we just put the mice in Exeter?
I cannot do it to that many people.
Damn it!
Just the one.
That's fine. Okay, that works.
Let's go to the guys outside right now.
Yeah.
You guys are just thinking about stuff. Adeline, your mic is cutting in a little out.
Okay.
I don't know why.
No problem.
It's just a little scratchy or whatever.
Yeah, it's no problem.
Evie, Barnaby, and Azul are out. No, yeah, Barnaby, Evie, and Azul are outside in the library. What do you guys do?
I'll describe Azul's appearance to Barn. Azul is like about 5'10", 5'11". He has shaggy black hair, short. He has yellow eyes. He's decked out in a lot of elven gear. His cloak is like almost camouflaged with like leaves that seem to be attached to the cloak, and has like in like the symbol of what was the symbol for the forest elves of the at the time. And he
What is that symbol
bracers.
of the forest elves?
I don't know. I thought you had one.
No, man, it's up to you. What do you want it to be?
Oh, okay. Shoot. It's okay. It is a tree, and in the middle of the trees is a heart, and the heart is wrapped with vines that have thorns in it.
Cool.
Okay.
And he has bracers that have like filigree of like vines and stuff like that, and arrows notched on them. Let's see what else. And he's wearing like dark leather clothes on top of his regular clothes as his armor. His clothes appear to be a match of brown, dark brown, and like dark and light greens. So that way, when he's in the forest, he blends in. And let's see here, and he has a quiver on his back, and so is a very elegant looking bow. And he's like, he has like bags under his eyes because he's been up all night. And he rubs them and walks over to you and says, "So, you're Barnaby.
That's
Why
right.
did you take this job?"
Simply for coin, really. You see, I was informed that Thomas had a pretty big price on his head, and I was willing trying to take some of that pot, if you know what I mean.
Well, Evie, well, how about you introduce yourself?
You see Evie, and she has got purple hair, and you can definitely tell she's a full elf. And she's got kind of fur on her shoulders and is kind of regal. She's got some lots of jewels and trinkets, like almost like gypsy-like. I guess gypsy-looking, I would say, would be the best way to describe her look. And then, so she's going to say, "So, Mr. Barnaby, those weapons you have, I haven't seen such quality of craftsmanship since I've been in this place. Where did you find such an item?"
Well, thank you for the compliment. Although my parents would know where they came from, well, my adopted parents, I should say, as they were gifted to me by my father. When when I left the little old bird's nest, since some time, I've been fiddling around, messing with them a little bit, applying some magics to them as well. My father gave them to me. Thank you.
Well, it looks like you and Azul both have family heirlooms.
Mm-hmm. At this point, Barnaby would kind of put back his hat back on, and you would notice that when he looks at you guys every once in a while, he would look towards your sides of your heads, kind of indicating that he's looking towards your ears, and then back to you as he's talking to you, both of you.
Well, Sula's ears aren't as pointy or as long as my elf companion.
Okay.
What are your allegiances to these houses?
Purely mercenary at heart. You can call me somewhat of a bounty hunter. Just bringing people
So
in and such.
coin is your game.
Coin is my game, but if duty calls for it, and the world needs to be saved, or never ever really came up upon one of those situations. But if duty calls really. But you need to survive in this world, and unfortunately, coin is the only way to do it.
Well, it is good that you do not have any allegiances to any of these houses. I think our companions will be pleasantly surprised.
Of course.
Let's go back to the other group.
Right. So, our plan is we go out, we test him. Do we kill him? We can't kill him. The god knows
One
that he's in here.
moment.
All
Your
right.
coughing is irritating me.
Right.
I'll cast lay of hands on him.
Oh, thank you.
Sure. He's still coughing, but sure. You may have paused it for a minute.
A cure that is, where is that not from the disease?
Yeah, it's from the disease. Lay on hands cures all diseases?
Yes.
Yeah,
It does.
Disease.
What the hell?
Yeah.
How did I not know
Paladin.
that? I thought it just
5 points.
restored hit points. What
That's
the
while Arno is well educated, he is not dabbled
I am
in
not
the
a man of
divine
pain.
sphere of magic too much.
Oh, I've not played a paladin in a very long time. Oh, okay, well, then immediately his cough is gone. Damn. All right.
You have to use another
Wow.
5. You have to also use another 5 charge to Adeline if you want to remove hers as well. As you
She
see
hasn't been
this.
coughing.
Oh, I have
should-
been. I just.
All right,
I,
that counts on both.
yeah, sorry.
Oops.
No, we're both sick.
Now we're both cured.
Continue.
Thank you.
Thank you. I wasn't expecting that. You're most kind, and as expected of a paladin of Mito. Right. Because Mito would want us to forgive him for being whatever he is. So we should trust him. Oh fuck. Okay.
We don't need to blindly trust him.
Right. We don't need to blind. That is correct.
Simply give him a chance.
See, that's the reason why you're the paladin. How about this? I go back to being Istra, and I give you charge, and you make the decisions. How about that?
Sure.
I don't know anything else to add.
There's a moment of hesitation before he just, no, nothing to add.
However, I am concerned that the plague persists. I had thought it was an origin of Ian.
I too am worried about that. Perhaps we can fix it later.
Very well. Shall we do this performance for our guest?
Yes, let's do that. Right. I go back to being Istra. Turn out Istra.
Once she's Istra, I will open the door and walk out.
The whole group is together now.
Mm-hmm.
Mr. Barnaby.
Yes. Madam?
My excellent. You take charge.
Before you is a very large 6'10" blue dragonborn, very heavily built, currently wearing a noble-like armor from Samarkand and wielding a very large mace But where I don't have that noble like armor, you see very rattered and tattered gear, such as ripped sacks and very worn parts. And I walk up to you and say, "So you're searching for the Dark Divide? What brings you here then?"
Purely for the sake of, what I was hired for, I need to find this Thomas. And from what they said is they should know where the whereabouts of Thomas, or that they can help me, or I can help them, being of great use to them.
Well, we do know where Thomas is.
I give Azul a very like quick look, like, what the fuck are you saying right now?
You do, yes?
Yes, we do. He would. Adeline? No.
There's no Adeline.
I am going.
I meant. He's true.
Oh, Mr. Barnaby, seems to
Near the
be
door.
money motivated. I think that he does not have any true alliances, it seems, to these houses. But I'm not sure.
You hear another knock on the door, guys.
Azul, can you do me a favor real quick? Can you come over here?
Polymorph him.
Can you come here?
No.
Come here, Azul. Come here.
I'll stay over here.
All right, I'll come over to you. I'm
No!
gonna start walking over.
My lord?
Stay away from me, you mad
I want
wizard!
to press my hand to him.
I'm dodge!
I would like to curse him with silence for the next hour. Just for a little bit. Just a gentle little curse for like maybe 5 minutes. Just bestow curse. Don't talk. Just stop. However, there are more pressing matters before I can manage to complete this spell.
Yeah, when the door gets knocked again, Ishra go. Yes?
Are you hungry, my lord? My lady?
No.
We can have the slaves bring up some food.
Oh shit, I forgot about the slaves. Shit. Oh, fuck, Exodus. Damn it, Exodus. Shit. Now you're gonna free him.
Are you not hungry?
I make eye contact with Exington going, what do you want to do? And I'm just like, no, we're not hungry. Privacy.
Yes, my lady.
Thank you.
I don't know about you guys. I am. I'm gonna open the door and be like, you said there was food, guys?
Arno cracks open the door a little bit, and the guard looks down. The guard looks down at like your bald head. You have your like spectacles on, I'm assuming, right?
Mm-hmm, always.
And then he looks down and says, "Yes."
Yes. Lead the way. And I'm gonna step out, close the door behind me, and I'm gonna go get breakfast. Fuck you guys.
Okay, so Arno takes off and
I'm
goes
going-
downstairs, has
as
some
you,
breakfast.
as you start leaving, you hear in the back of your voice like, fucking asshole! Don't leave me here! But the door closes and then like it stops going.
The owl does remain, so I can actually still listen through Barnabas down the road.
Yes.
When I get to the position.
Well, if this gentleman wants to join us, we need to make a decision.
Evie, in your head, you hear, us? You just said us? Did we not? We're trying to. Oh my god!
So
And then that sort of ends.
So you guys are the Dark Divide then?
Well, it would seem it's been made quite apparent now as I look at Azul.
And that's why I left, by the way.
Azul,
Well done.
Azul, he's been up all night. All right, all night. All right. He makes slip ups. He's like mentally kicking himself.
It's fine.
I pull out my mace and kind of standing over a Barnaby.
He quickly
Oh,
puts his right hand over his holster.
what do you have to do about this?
Why? What do you mean? What do I have to do about this? I just came to do my job, and seems as though I've found you quite quickly. So, if you read that letter yourself, I seems that we are of a team now, yes?
Mr. Barnaby, according to the people I've hired, you are also motivated by monetary sum?
Why, yes. I am very motivated, but it would not be kind to, step out of a job as it's not my style.
Of course, you're a mercenary with Arno. How cumbersome.
Now, if you don't mind, as he looks to you as well, or Exodus, whoops, sorry. How about we put that mace away and talk civilly, yes?
I suppose. How can I know you're not of a deceitful nature here?
Do whatever you must to find out, but I can assure you, I come in good faith.
You see, in most scenarios, I wouldn't mind. However, at this current predicament, we are in the most peril situation.
He kind of moves his hand back down and relaxes.
help?
He goes, and I can be of use. Just,
You could also be of a great, great hindrance.
well, I can assure you that won't be the problem.
Excellent.
Istra
Let's
is.
give him a chance.
So I think you were silent for
Yeah.
like the next 30 minutes.
No, he couldn't. You didn't cast it off.
He
Oh,
didn't
okay.
cast it.
Istra is gonna look at Barnaby's like, right then, who is your final loyalty to? The one who pays you, the nobles, to yourself? And as I say that, she's going to cast Detect Thoughts to try and figure out if he's trustworthy.
When you cast Detect Thoughts, it's you can listen to surface thoughts using Detect Thoughts, but to actually initiate the spell, you are casting hostile magic essentially in front of Barnaby.
Yeah, I'm just trying to listen to Sophis to try to see if I
Yeah,
can
but to
get...
even initiate the spell requires you to cast magic in front of him,
Ah, okay.
from what I understand.
Oh.
So it's like an innate
Verbal,
spell prolonged.
somatic.
Yes.
Oh yeah, it is somatic and things. Okay.
So it's like the ruse is sort of up if you start doing that.
Okay,
Yeah.
she won't cast the spell, but she will ask the initial thing of like, who's your final loyalty to?
Well, they paid me, which is the first loyalty, to come assist you. And once I found you, which I have now, I guess my loyalty would be to the leader, as he kind of looks around the room at all four of you, of the Dark Divide. After that,
One moment,
Yeah,
and I will go back into the room, close the door behind me, and I'm gonna drop into becoming Adeline, and then cast Major Image at the same time, and Major Image is going to be Istra. So Istra is gonna walk Adeline out of the room, and Adeline is going to say, "I am the leader of the Dark Divide."
Yeah! Damn straight! Damn straight, Adeline! That's what you do! Take charge!
Not even the leader of her own mind.
Listen, let me be proud.
He goes,
And what do you say that you're motivated by money? And that you will
why,
pay
yes.
to come and join us. And now that you've joined us, it's sort of in the air of who your next loyalty is towards.
I suppose so,
Yes.
yes.
Here's the thing. Istra here, Lady Istra. She is
Lady.
dying. And Istra, the major image of Istra will start coughing and stuff. It's like, and she has paid us to fulfill her last wishes.
Very
And those
well.
last wishes, including
God,
getting
you were so
rid of
lucky,
someone,
Adeline.
getting rid of someone who was harmful to the nation.
Before we
And
go
to
any
put
further. Oh,
someone on the throne who can secure it for the ends of days. Perhaps that is her brother, or perhaps it is someone else. And Istra, the image of Istra is going to come up and say, now that you know my secret, I will pay you to not mention that my time is coming towards the end. No one can know that my days are numbered in hours.
So you're paying for my silence. And also another question, if I may ask. What sort of ailment is ailing you, if you know what I mean? What are you currently dying from? A disease?
Sorry, I just knocked over my mic. Ishra would say, an injury from my former husband that cannot be cured. Already, and she points to the paladin of Mito, already, both of Mito's chosen have tried to heal me under his light. And another tried to heal me from the forest. But what he did injured me in such a way that I am dying, and I cannot be healed. So
That
if you-
is quite unfortunate to hear. But
Yes, it is. Adeline. And Adeline was saying, I was like, yes, my lady? Deal with this man. As he says, he's part of your group now. Pay him his due. I want to make sure that by the time you leave and the time I leave, and the figure of Isha will cough once again, and this time there's a bit of blood that comes out with her like cough. That the kingdom is secured, and I'm going to take a rest now. And Ishtra will walk back in through these doors, close the doors, and I will come over and I will close the doors behind her. And Ishtra will go into the bed until Major Image drops.
Barnaby will ponder for a moment and look towards you and kind of go, there's one thing confusing me about this whole thing, this whole situation. If Lady Istra did not know the whereabouts of Thomas, but you, the Dark Divide, spoken from your friend over there, know the whereabouts of him, how is it that Istra doesn't know?
Oh, she does. She didn't know she can trust you.
I see.
In fact, we don't know if we can trust you, but apparently that was spilled as I side-eyed Azul. But it's fine. We will give you a chance. But if
Very
you
well.
squandered it, we have taken on more than you before. Exton here is my number 2. And I look at Exton and it's like, anything he says, you should follow.
And he goes,
You and I are going to be quite close. Don't stray too far.
Be very persuasive.
Yes. I am going to go find... Oh no. Excuse me. And I will open up the door a bit. I would also like... You said that there was food, Olio. I would also like some of that.
Would you like slaves to bring them up, milady?
I will go down.
All right. Let me escort you. And she walks you down to where Arno's having like
Did you recast disguise self?
Nope, I am Adeline.
Adeline never joined us up here.
What else is everybody doing? Adeline and Arno are downstairs. We'll go to them in a minute. What else is everybody doing now in the room still in the library?
I want to take those books because I want to get Adeline to translate them for me.
Which books are you trying to take?
The 3 that are on the table.
The 3 tablets?
Yeah.
We actually kind of did deal with these already. This is
Okay.
Ian's spell book. This was another This was another spell book Arno took. And this was just another... we're going to say this book was the book that Exodus was looking at. But there are 3 tablets above that are written in Ancient Elvish. I think that's what you're referring to.
Yeah. I guess, can I make like...
they're pretty heavy.
rubbing of them?
Not too heavy for a bag of holding.
They couldn't eat... A bag of holding can only hold something like a square foot. This is...
But what about a paper rubbing? Like, could I do like a paper... Like rub paper on stone and like make the marks so it's on paper.
Yeah. Do you have chalk and parchment?
I believe I do.
Double check. Let me know if you do. This is kind of what they look like. These tablets. Very ancient. Cracks almost through them. Written in strange languages. Not even the elves of today. You'd have to find some old-ass elf to help translate them. What do you guys do?
I walk up to Azul. And I go up to him. So, did you figure anything out last night?
I tried to... I read through the books. I couldn't find anything. Those I looked at those, like, and he sees Evie like trying to like rub down those tablets. I tried to read those tablets, but it's ancient Elvish. I can't understand it. So most of the night, I just kept trying to look through these books. Nothing.
Well, if you do come across something, make sure it's a little more informational for how you conduct yourself here.
I understand. I've been awake all night.
I understand.
Made a slip.
However, the arrow in my back and now this, and we'll wait to see what happens with Arno. You've become quite an antagonist to me.
I apologize. It's never on purpose, my friend. Never. And he like taps the chest plate. Never. Archery is a very hard skill to master.
Well, in the name of Matel, I forgive you. However, let's not make this a recurrence.
I promise I won't do it again.
Good. I'll walk
As
out.
he turned away, he like lets out a breath.
Don't worry, he'll be a rat when I get back.
Let's go. Let's go downstairs. We're just right downstairs, sort of in the banquet hall. Servants are taking your orders, bringing out food for you guys of whatever you guys kind of desire. We're just kind of in theater of the mind mode. But things have settled down overnight in the castle. It appears that all of Ian's servants might have gone awry, and the guards have rooted them out, whatever fighting men are left.
Adeline will spot Arno.
Sitting
And
at the
in her
head with a
Arno,
book.
you hear, oh, good news. Isha's dying. I'm the leader.
Immediately face palms.
I kind of have a solved. Isha is sleeping. I think. Do you watch sleep? I don't know what we're doing.
He's just gestures for you to come over.
We just wave and then we'll walk over to you and go, hi.
Sit down. First of all, well done. Leader.
Thank you. It just sort of came out.
Well
I
done.
didn't know what we were doing.
Confidence, my dear,
just-
confidence. Now, what's happening?
Barnaby will be joining us. We also owe Barnaby a little bit of money, but that's okay.
Money is immaterial.
Correct.
I have some information though. As you can see, the deep speech notes are actually in front of him.
Ooh,
I have translated the notes of Ian Parnish.
have you now? Well,
The first entry speaks of his experiments were ahead of schedule.
that is good to know.
Well, actually, I read it in backwards order. The first entry speaks of that the Iron Links have found ancient tablets regarding the fingers.
Mhm.
Eyes are everywhere, and then the next entry speaks of Arizu knowing that Mr. Parnish had the finger and that they see each other. The flesh of these men and women are too weak to stand up to the hordes of Boo.
Mm.
He then acquired the tablet from the Iron Links using the cup that we bartered.
Oh no.
Perhaps he speaks of the Lynx maybe working with Rizu to undermine him, and then he speaks of humans and experiments, and that's about as far as he got.
That's not great.
Indeed, this is bad.
Yes.
Shuts the book, tucks it back into his cloak. Which actually, there is a line that has been drawn as, because it is a journal, I'm assuming it is only about half full, as there is continuation in deep speech, as I am now writing my own notes in deep speech within it.
Arno, did you have any other... This was just like some thoughts that I had, like what Ian was doing, but there might be more extensive stuff to the notes. You know, obviously there's like, you're reading like a textbook on like medical anatomy. It's written in English, but do you understand it? You know, Ian,
Yeah.
You get the impression that Ian was a pretty smart guy, and that he was doing a lot of experiments. It's written in some strange, like, hieroglyphic language. To prove it to someone would be challenging too, right? What do you have any other questions in regards to the journal? How are these eggs, my lord?
Oh, delicious, fantastic, as always, I assure you.
A servant, a slave with the mark of a slavery brings you some eggs.
Very well done indeed.
Excellent. And
You
for you,
serve
milady? She looks at Adeline.
I would have the same thing that he is having.
Yes. She goes off.
But yes, it is fascinating and honestly is quite handy for my own research. The sheer amount of experimentation he's done on the living is mind-boggling.
Yes, he has, hasn't he?
Indeed. But the fact still remains that, well, there is a problem. And we definitely now need to translate those tablets, without a doubt.
The good news is I think I might have a chance to do it now. Bad news. I don't necessarily know what we're doing next. I do want to leave.
I think at this point we need to leave, and soon. I don't particularly care for the fate of this city and for the fate of any of Stormbrook, in all honesty. In my opinion, give it to the thieves. Let them have it. They'll run it fine.
Of course, yes.
It doesn't quite matter if they're vampires, does it? Well, lots of dark creatures may hold positions of power, but that does not mean they will wield it poorly. I have no doubt that with Thomas upon the throne, there will be a good era.
Yes, it will be peaceful and very well done.
She will owe us one.
That is
And to hold it, to hold the favor of a vampire is a very, very powerful thing indeed.
Yes, it is.
Let's go back upstairs. What else is everybody else doing?
Are we all just going to come downstairs?
Do you guys want
if you guys want to go to get breakfast, I'm eating breakfast because you have to eat, otherwise you die. So.
Yeah, I'll come down and join you guys, and I'm going to come down and I'm going to slap these big scrabble drawings of the tablets on the table.
Oh, okay.
Oh!
Shifts the
And
food out of the way.
I think this is important, guys. I can't read it.
Is this from the... What is this from?
It's from the study, the tablets. I made rubbings. I knew they were important.
They are indeed.
I look at it and I can read all writing. What does it say?
That's true. I'm just trying to move everybody's models so you guys can see the cool little setup downstairs. Feel free to move your model downstairs to the thing.
Amazing.
Right?
The bear skin rug, like all of it.
I'll move Evie down. Just
comfortably in my seat.
Arno, of course, takes very modestly. Arno takes the head of the table where the king would normally sit. Oh no, you're not.
I'm in the advisor's seat because that's what I am right now.
That's true. And you guys look over the edge, you can see the throne room, down below. And in the back of the throne is the symbol of the squid. Evie slaps these etchings, on the table. And Adeline, you begin to read through them. Do you want me to read them out or do you want me to link it to you?
Can you link it to me real quick?
Yeah, read it. Read it out loud. Get it.
I do want to say Barnaby would follow after them.
Yeah, just move your model. Oh, I gave permission to, I think, Exodin and Azul to move Barnaby's model.
Oh,
okay.
You don't want to tell Spire?
He does not because he has a Macintosh. He's a dirty Mac user.
Oh, that's...
I hate it too.
It is what it is, guys.
All right.
Macs are great for a lot of things, but apparently not D&D.
I fell out of the room. I think I'm in the town somewhere.
You want me to link this to you, Adeline?
Yeah,
there we
that'd
go.
be great.
There you go.
Your arrow keys and you can find your model and then shift click and you should be able to teleport it.
There you go, Adeline.
Alright. I'm opening it up. Ooh. Okay.
It's like a poem almost, like a riddle / poem or just prophecy, something weird.
Oh, this is fascinating. Ah. Uh-huh. Oh. Yes.
Well, go on. Don't you leave us hanging, dear.
I did. Tablets of the Mouthless One. Mighty his kingdom stood before he was betrayed by petty motor desires and love shunned. His body dismembered, his hand separated, each finger protected by a king of old. He was too powerful, the mortars filled him, his body cremated, his ashes spread to the four corners of Zen, so he may never return. No mouth to speak, but all can know. No eyes to see, but can see all. We must find his fingers and serve him in his new body, for in his new reign, for his new reign will be everlasting, unchanging power, ever-reaching. There's a little bit mixed up in a couple different translations here and there, but that's the general gist of it. Yeah, I think they were slightly cultish. Maybe not so
That's
good.
the direction.
Maybe. I think it's more like, oh, hey, once upon a time, there was this one guy, super powerful. Then he got betrayed and he got killed, and the molders took his fingers. So
The progenitor of the fingers.
yes, and then they spread his ashes, and now someone is trying to say that he doesn't have a mouth and he doesn't have eyes, but he can. But all can know and can see all. And that if you find his fingers, you can solve his new body. And that his reign would be everlasting. I wonder. Maybe
Sounds-
this one would be a better person to pledge to. No, what are we talking about? Mito is fantastic. He's fine. He's great. He's very forgiving. Everything's fine. It's working out. Everything's okay.
Barnaby and Exodin, the slave girl, comes up to you and pours you some water into your glass.
Oh,
Says,
no, wine, please.
"Oh,
Wine,
Oh,
please. If
wine,
possible.
please.
Yes, of course.
Is that okay for you, my lord?" He looks over at Exodin, or she looks over at Exodin.
Stay.
You're not thirsty, my lord?
No.
Excuse me. She begins to walk off.
I grab her before she walks off.
You grab her by the
My
hand?
hands. Yeah.
Oh, or something like that. The energy, the white. Barnaby, you look over and you see this as Exodin mutters something under his breath, and you see like the color return to her face as she was maybe ill with the plague that is affecting the city. The entire city of Stormbrook is in quarantine. The strangest thing, Arno, you're eating this morning,
Mm-hmm.
you can't taste a damn thing. Weird.
Ah, hell. That's bad.
Something weird.
Well,
The
hell.
savor of, fresh, gnomish delights or grapes or things like that. Something weird. Something unknown. Arno, roll a d20. If you roll a 18 or higher, you become proficient in medicine by studying the journals of Ian Parnas.
Come on, baby.
Close.
So close.
I'll say you get close. We can re-roll more time as you
Can I
study
give
the
him
journals more.
inspiration?
Not you have to give it before he makes the roll.
Before.
It's similar to Adeline's guidance. As Arno does it, I announce the roll. Adeline actually has to cast guidance on him before the roll is made.
Yeah, I forgot. So
Okay.
Yep, I didn't think about it either. I was like, shit. Oh yeah, I have bardic inspiration.
I should note. I've managed to translate Mr. Parnish's notes. And I know of a person who wishes to gain access to the fingers. They go by the name of Rizu.
The one from Summer Summercat?
The one that attacked my house.
Your city.
One that
He
brought
He
you
has
back to
reached
life.
out. He has reached out to me and has requested a meeting.
Ah,
Meeting with a genie.
A meeting
so
with the
wrong?
Genie King.
and I do reach out, I was like, please don't forget that the last genie that we interact with was...
Oh, I still have him.
Yes, exactly. Not the best. But that being said, and I look to the rest of the table, do we have any plans on what to do next other than help bring peace to the kingdom? By finding Thomas?
Well,
As I side-eye Barnaby.
He's definitely side-eyeing you as well.
if you are not busy, my dear, I do intend to return to Fiddlestead for a short moment, for a short little bit. Those of you who would wish to come along are more than welcome, but, well, I have something I must try.
Well, you think you'd have more luck with the Genie King? With your wife?
Not yet. I must go to her before I try. I would rather attempt my own methods before I turn to a genie. At least once.
I will help you in your mission. But this genie must be dealt with once you have done whatever it is you need to do.
We shall see. Excellent.
Yes.
You still have that thumb, yes?
Yes, I do.
Good.
Must
Keep
say,
it hidden. Keep it safe.
this plague, I can ignore a corrupt god, a vampire king, a false banker who has swindled me. But this plague, I cannot ignore it in my newfound conscience.
This is a disease. You cannot cure everyone of a disease.
I don't intend to cure everyone. I intend to stop it. It is unnatural, and you know it.
I have lived for 450 years. I have seen many diseases, go through many a city, many a town. All of them recover.
Do not lecture me. It doesn't matter if they recover. It is unnatural in origin and therefore can be stopped.
Maybe Ilarion would know and could help on our way out.
I do not trust her to follow through with her agreements, as she has already made that quite clear that she has very little stock in her words.
Well, we have done her a great favor.
Yes, and I have no doubt that she will be ever so reciprocative of returning that favor. Very sarcastically.
Perhaps, Excellent, I can give you a quick history lesson.
I don't need a lecture from a failed professor.
Back in the day, way back, there was a habit before war to throw diseased bodies into the water supplies of a city to weaken them. If this is indeed an unnatural plague, you can be most certain that something will follow it. You are more than welcome to try and cure it. But I have no doubt that something will come afterwards.
Anybody proficient in medicine can make a medicine roll right now.
How about if I'm proficient in the herbalism kit?
You have to be proficient in medicine.
No.
I am proficient in nature and not medicine. Not yet.
Half a circle mean.
That means you can roll
Half
on it.
proficient.
Evie.
Oh,
Yeah.
you have Jack of all trades.
Yeah.
Yep.
Evie is
You
a
have-
plane walker. She's traveled through dimensions essentially, but she's seen many illnesses and tried to fight off evil, I guess, right? So she can make a roll.
Guidance, sir.
Say the
Oh wow. No,
natural
that's-
20.
Oh.
Wow.
Wow, indeed.
I'll be damned. Well done.
Evie, you're sitting there thinking to yourself, and you've seen like the diagnosis of several people get sick in the party by itself. And you're looking around, Exodus has been curing people. The diseases seem to be of different varieties, different types of diseases, right? We had a different type of fever before. This one was called corvid plague. So there was different sources. It doesn't make sense. Different animals. So it's unknown what's causing the disease. Evie makes a perception roll. The DC is 20. To see if she notices something strange.
Guidance.
She can't
Guidance.
you can't-
Guidance.
You
Guidance.
can, actually, no, you can't bardic inspiration yourself yet. Damn.
But I can guidance you.
I will allow
Could I-
Evie to. Well, you have to touch her, and Evie's sitting on the other side of the table, I believe.
She was. God damn it, she is.
Should I apply
Hello.
my flash of
What am I
genius to
rolling?
this?
Perception?
You roll perception to see if you notice something out of the ordinary. The DC is 20. It's very hard to find. You look out with your elven eyes to see if you can roll maybe another natural 20.
Mickey
Yeah,
Mouse,
right.
Eisenberg.
Could I put flash of
So-
genius
So,
in?
No. This is sort of just something that's happening between me and Evie at the moment. And just the environment in general.
Oh.
Evie, unfortunately,
my hip.
the servant girl bumps into you and says, "Excuse me," and you don't see whatever it is.
Oh, I never rolled my hit points, actually. Give me a second. That just occurred to me. Ooh, I should have gotten that. Give me one moment. Yes. Okay. Keep going.
That's it.
Oh, following up on Arno. Well, whatever reveals itself, I truly hope it'll make a good fight.
Well,
is it in the food? Is it in the animals?
No, I don't believe this is something of a contagion, more of a spell or a curse on the land.
Oh, even worse then.
We need to make a plan and start with the most important items and get out
Above
of the
all
city.
else, we need to get out of here.
Exactly. Get out of the city.
Adeline,
Cannot follow that.
Yes. Yes.
I walk over and whisper something. Should we take our new friend over to see Halloran?
Right.
That's where our other friend is, Thomas Whipple.
Yes, that is. We should hit them on the way out. And then get out of town.
All right.
As Istra asked us to. Right. Each of you individually, not you, Barnaby, but the rest of you, each individually, one after another, will hear in your voice. All right, here's the plan. We're gonna leave town, and we're going to swing by Scary Lady's place to find Thomas and let them know that yeah, she can Put Thomas on the phone now. It's all good. Istra's dead. Okay, bye. How about that? Yes, cool. If you have any objections to that plan, come over and let me know. I will be eating my eggs.
As I've already made it clear, I
Gently
will
pat.
not leave. You all are free to do as you will.
Excellent.
Purely for my own curiosity, how do you intend on removing or finding this, whatever supernatural is, curse, disease, source?
Oh, as a professor, I thought you would know it requires initial investigation.
It also usually requires a hypothesis, which, as far as I can tell, you certainly don't have one.
My hypothesis is that it is unnatural.
What
The
kind of
Thieves
unnatural
Guild.
magic?
Might know more.
Oh, almost certainly.
Valerian does have contacts. Even though her kind may not be affected, they have had to have known.
I'm sure she would have a hint as to what's causing the disease to spread. We can kill two birds with one stone. We should meet her.
Then I'll bring him back.
That is true.
And if we don't find the information from her, Exodus, we can regroup and make our next plans from the Thieves Guild.
Fair enough.
Exit and make an insight roll.
Oh no. 9.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
Are we getting up from breakfast and heading to the graveyard?
I think so.
Oh, I would think we'd just go back through the tunnels that we came from.
Oh.
Throne room.
We want to
Because-
sneak our way through the throne room?
Yeah, I would think so. I think that'd be the safest bet.
I don't think we need to
that
sneak.
does.
I mean, hang on. How many people can I do this to?
We're
I
on
do.
we're on Lady Istra's orders.
Yeah. I don't think we need to hide.
All right. I like that. So we're going to try to persuade the guards that you're on Lady Istra's orders and you need to go through the secret the cairns to the guards.
No, let's spell it.
Mm-hmm. Why
Okay.
not?
Let's a guard, as you guys were kind of talking about this down in the throne room, just like right down below, one of the guards speaks to the party and says, "Where is Lady Istra at? Wasn't she with you?"
She is resting under watchful eyes.
Not been feeling well.
Okay. And you need to go to the catacombs?
Indeed.
Yes. There's something in there that she commands us to take care of.
We heard the assassins fled down through there, and we went to take a look a few hours ago on orders of one of the guards, and there's nobody down there.
Ah, I suppose
Then
we'll
you
have to
don't know.
check.
Not a
Yes.
person. It's an item she needs that could maybe help her heal from her illness.
Yes, my
Even you hear in
lady.
your head, it's like, oh my god, that's now we have to heal her. We can't heal her. She's dead. In your head.
What?
Even you hear that in your head of just Adeline panicking at you, but Adeline's face is not moving. She's just like, yes, there was an item that she thinks that the assassins might have had. She wants us to take a closer look, just in case.
Whatever you say, my lady. This is on Lady Istra's orders, right?
Oh, so fish is so good.
Cool, exact orders.
Okay. And they just let you go through the catacombs, right? You guys make your way back, to going through the cairns and the catacombs. Are we doing anything on the way there, or are we just going to the Scarlet Wolves hideout?
I will confirm that there are no more notes I can grab.
Down there?
Yeah.
Down at the thing? The strangest thing, Arno, you look down there, all the notes are gone. And then you look, exiting, you look for Ian's body, you just chopped his head off. The body is missing. But the blood stain is, you look kind of closer, the blood stain is still there. The body has just maybe been moved.
Their blood stain.
Where is the crystal there?
Well, from dismembering the body. The crystal is fractured and broken, and it's still there.
Oh, thank fuck. Right, we need to do something about that before we leave.
And if you don't mind me asking, what is that?
Ian's
Barnaby just
master.
speaks up.
That.
Ian's king?
Yes.
Ian?
The broken crystal.
King Ian. His master. It's hard to explain. All that you need to know is that if that gets out, would end sort of deal.
Have you heard of an illithid? Have you ever hunted the bounty of an illithid?
No.
Oh.
I have not.
As they are more commonly known, a mind flayer.
Ah. One of them monstrosities.
Yes. Well, that was how he was communicating to his elder brain. And, very dangerous sort. I reached out, and it very nearly killed me, so don't touch it.
Note taken. Note taken.
Yes.
He kind of goes back to fiddling with this cube and a little screwdriver and just fiddling around with it.
Does any of you know how to deal with this?
No.
Elder brain?
I could approach it and try to make an Arcana check, but like, just to try to see if it is sealed within, or if it like is just a communicating device. But
The crystal is destroyed, right? Or no?
it's fractured, but is it still glowing?
I hit it with disintegrate. It should be dust.
That's right. Azul hit it with disintegrate. It's just dust, right? I totally forgot about that, Azul.
Okay, so it is.
You look at it, it's just dust. I thought there was a little bit of crystal there. I was like letting Arno just go with it.
Okay.
But no, Azul used the scroll and he disintegrated it.
Okay, yeah, no, fair enough. Okay.
Sorry, Azul. I forgot it was over a month ago.
That was all right.
Yeah, alright, so then I'm satisfied we can continue on.
Cool.
Although that's a little fucking spooky that the body's gone.
I don't think it's too spooky though, like rats and shit.
Wait,
All the other things we've.
Let's go. Come.
God said they came through. They surely picked it up.
I don't think it was the gods.
I'm sure rats ate it or something.
They would have been in a frenzy seeing the purple skin.
I'm sure it's of no consequence. Let's keep going.
You guys approach the Scarlet Wolves hideout. It is, I'm going to add, let's say, 10 minutes to the timer. It's 8:41 right now. Everybody makes a perception roll.
Oh
as
boy.
As we're traveling, I whisper to Barnaby, it's like, we're on our way to the thieves' hideout. Don't be surprised when we meet them.
After what I've been through in my life, I don't think anything could surprise me at this point.
As a nat 1 for me, I'm saying nothing.
I roll this to everyone, right? Correct.
Yeah.
I got a 22. Let's go. Hey,
20,
Adeline.
20.
Well,
An 11.
let's go. Smart gang, Adeline.
Did anybody beat a 29?
Oh my god.
No.
Jesus.
I could have if I
I rolled a natural
better.
20.
Jesus.
right up behind. Who's leading? Who's in the rear?
Honestly, probably Arno.
Arno is. Arno feels a tap on his shoulder, just like in a claw, like of white pale flesh. It's a hand of a man who says, "Valerian is sleeping right now. Where have you been?"
Doing your dirty work. The job is done. Ian is dead.
Come back at midnight.
No, we need to be here now, unfortunately.
Then you can wait.
We could. Or we can find someone else to put on the throne.
Or we can just leave and you can...
Well, and you can find your own way of getting Thomas on the throne. And I look at Barnaby. You see, good soul, this band of underdwellers has commanded over the mind of Thomas Vigil. And unfortunately, we could not save him. And they have threatened many of things.
Wait here. And he walks off.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, good sir.
See you soon.
This figure, is it a person? What, like, would I hear this person talking to them too, or?
Yeah, you guys are all together. He snuck up behind Arno. You guys are in what can only be described as like more like an underground structure that's like under the graveyard. So more crypts and tombs, I'm assuming, but more for like peasant folk, not really like the royal crypts that you guys were at before. Less ornate, but it's been altered. I mean, it's strange. Like there's chasms that lead down. It's fantastical. You know, there's large drops. Very easy for people to climb on if they could spider walk.
Did you say spider walk?
Yeah. He walks off. What do you guys do?
Follow.
He said as he hears your Arno mate.
Actually, wait, no, he said wait here.
Yes.
Apologies then. I do not follow.
Barnaby kind of looks around at all of you guys and goes, "This isn't going to be that simple, is it?"
Unfortunately not. This was one of the things that Istra was afraid of. That her brother has lost his mind and tied himself to someone else. It's part of the reason why she wanted a summit for the crown. To see who else was available to sit on the throne. One who may have not been tied to a guild of, what did you say, not very nice people. Okay. But that being said, he does have the strongest line, and they're not the worst folk, they're just not the best folk.
Your job was to assist in putting Thomas Vigil on the throne, yes? That was your task? Or
yes.
Locating him? Well, here he is.
Locating him and bringing him back for whatever they want to do with him. I just need to capture him and take him to the noble houses. That's really all it is.
I have a question for you, sir. Just purely for my own curiosity, may I ask?
Yes, of course.
Which do you value more, morals or coin?
Depends how much coin you're offering.
You and I will get along just fine.
And he kind of tips a hat at you. But anyway, wherever you guys need to go, I'll follow.
Good to hear. So like shuffles over to Exton, tries to whisper something to him. Once we escort Thomas back towards the castle, and he's alone, do you want to perform a ritual?
If it can be done, yes.
I'm in agreement with that.
Good. I'm glad we can come to an agreement on something here.
You guys hear
You know-
the footsteps of someone coming down the hallway, right?
I will say, if we're careful, we actually could maybe take Ilarion. However, we could not take her and her entire army. Solo, maybe. Maybe.
She's had a long
The
time.
man comes up to you guys as Arno starts to like just whisper under his breath, like just saying, "Hey, we could take this," guy, I guess.
Well, no, that was entirely out of character. That was just me. That was just me spitballing of like.
Just
I mean,
spitball.
In theory.
Sure.
In theory. But like, do we do it? No, that's stupid.
She's on my list, so.
I mean,
One
good
day.
luck.
Accident has like the Aria list, going on.
He does.
The guy comes up and he says,
Take 'em.
she says, "She will see you now.
Thank you.
Follow me." He turns around with like a mystique and swagger to his walk. He must only weigh a little bit, but he like floats with grace. I'll load you to the battle board.
Oh boy. You ready, boys?
There's no battle needed.
This is what it looks like, guys. Old ruins, rubble strewn about as you guys cross a rickety stone bridge filled with, stones and stuff like that. Ilarion is up here. I'll have to get a better model for her, but this is the model I got for her up here. And you see that she's with an altar, other rogues, and you look above Arno.
Mm-hmm.
And above on the ceiling, you see another spawn of hers.
Give him a little wave.
He looks down at you coldly.
Just my little spectacles and continue on forward.
As you cross the bridge, exiting, you hear the hissing of one of Ilarion's servants.
Could you keep quiet?
This way.
That's how you get yourself killed. That's not how you handle negotiations.
I look around and I look at Barnaby, and Barnaby, you hear in your voice. Are you coming or not? Would you like to meet Thomas and the one who controls him? To finish your job, or would you like to stay back here like a coward?
And he kind of just puts one hand on his holster, not really, indicating anything, but kind of just starts walking forward across the bridge, just following the group very closely.
Yeah. I think Exodus and Azul, one of you guys control him, so if you want.
He's back here,
I'm
guys.
sorry, I can't.
It's okay.
Okay, we
It's
keep
A-okay.
I
It's
swear,
A-okay.
I swear, I'm gonna get a laptop PC something soon.
You guys,
Fine, my
you
guy.
guys,
You're good.
you guys look. There's probably like at least a half dozen of them. One of these strange-looking men with like glowing like eyes that shimmer into the torchlight or the candle bras, surrounded are like macabre statues. You guys are in there's like alcoves, and each of these alcoves is like candle lit, and there's candles that are light up most of them, filled with probably oil or brush. Peasant folk maybe that are put in here, or some long dead person that who knows comes down here and pays respects anymore, at least. Ilarion is kneeling before an altar of some kind up here. And the vampire looks at you. Exit him, what do you do? One of the other vampires spawn, like right down below here.
Which?
Just this guy right here looks at you.
Can I help you?
This way. He
Bravery,
like gestures.
Let's go forward. Bravery, fellows. Braveries.
Barnaby, who's closest to Barnaby right now? Really? Who's right next to him? What do you think?
Azul, for sure. Because he's basically cousins. He wants to make sure you don't die.
Excellent. Respectable distance.
He's
And is Evie, you're kind of like, you know, on the edge here, and one of the vampire spawns like moves up the wall and like stands right here. He like kind of just with grace, he like moves up and just like he's right up next to you.
Hey.
Barnaby will kind of go to Azul. Now, we're not dealing with what I think we're dealing with, are we?
Oh, you for sure know what we're dealing with. Yes.
He kind of stands up straighter and kind of tilts his hat a little more to cover his eyes a bit. He just follows along.
You feel a gentle push from behind you, Barnaby, as you're being like pushed forward.
I turn around. Who do I see?
See like a guy with some glowing eyes.
I kind of just flick my cloak, kind of like a shoe motion, and kind of just walk up the steps a little further.
Going to bow to the, or like kind of like hold my hand out to greet the gentleman that creeped up the wall.
Evie, you look ahead. It appears to be like she's worshiping some god of some kind, right? You see like a crude making, you see like some skulls that she's put out, but also there's like three, like you can tell there's like three moons there, right?
Awesome.
She must be worshiping the god of Isha. Goddess of
What's
the
the god
hunt.
of Isha? Oh, okay.
The
Goddess of the hunt. And her three children. The three children of Isha, the three moons of Isha. She says, she gets up and she says, yes.
We were just coming to let you know that the previous king is no more. Thomas can ascend the throne whenever you wish. And in theory, in 2 weeks' time, or I guess now it's about a week and a half, there will be the Summit of the Crown to figure out who should be on the throne and all of that good stuff. Also,
How did you do it?
just
If you're asking if Ian Parnish is dead, yes.
How?
How? Well,
he stabbed him.
that
but
would be
we hit
telling
him a
now, wouldn't it?
bunch. It cost him a
After
lot
all,
of damage.
do you not recognize the staff?
That too. He's gone. Very dead.
She looks down at Arno's waist and she says, where did you get that?
Oh, this? I took it off of his body.
She ignores the staff that you wield and she's pointing towards the bottle.
Oh.
The bottle of Emos.
Oh,
A liquid sphere of like lava.
I'm afraid that's not for you to know.
There is rumors that the Genie King wants this.
Oh, I know. I'm aware. I have a meeting arranged with him in due time.
You have a meeting arranged with the Genie King?
Indeed. He's a wonderful fellow. Wonderful blonde hair, the lovely markings upon his face. He looks fantastic.
Is that all?
The job is done.
So we do need to see that he is still Thomas, that he's still here among your people. It's part of a deal that we made. We have to make sure he's still.
Is he alive?
Thomas is alive and well.
Well, I say
Can we see
alive
him?
as though he's not undead, but the point still stands.
Yes,
Thomas?
Can we see him?
Are you there, Thomas? She calls out into like the darkness. Like she looks just like around. She like chuckles. Her laugh like reverberates throughout the throughout this gothic. You know, I don't even know how to describe this thing. Crypt.
So
And you guys see Thomas spider climb around like the back. And he climbs up onto the stairs and he says, yes, my love.
Oh,
I I smack Barnaby on the side. Like, see, Mr. Winfield, there is your man. Thomas Viggo, heir to the throne. Utterly and completely, how should I say it? Beholden, in love, intoxicated, bewitched.
No, that could be considered offense.
Oh, that would be offensive.
Ilarion
Yes,
walks with like a
yes.
swagger with her high heels up to Adeline. And what about our love?
You mean one carnal night of pleasure?
Wait, what? Hold on. Hold the phone. You did what?
You did miss
Oh, I
that
forgot
question.
about that. You did miss that. Yes, dear Hannah. You see, at one point, I was curious if she could help when I was
Arno is rolling up sleeves.
down in the dumps. We had one good night. Frankly, I've had better. And frankly, I not to say it was bad. Top 10. I just have better.
She like takes her hand out. She tries to touch you. Do you let her touch you,
I
Adeline?
lean back.
She stares into your eyes. She says, "Let me get another second chance." Make a saving throw as she tries to charm you.
Don't you dare correct my daughter!
Within 10 feet, that is you get a saving throw plus advantage.
It's versus charm, right?
Yeah. So is it wisdom or charisma?
It's wisdom based.
Okay.
Don't you
Excellent.
dare
What am
touch
I
my
adding
daughter!
to this? Is it with advantage or is it with what?
That's with your holy aura accident that you got going on now.
Yeah.
You're standing next to
I get
Adeline, so yeah.
charisma modifier, which is at 3.
So she gets
So
a
I can
plus
add
3.
plus 3.
Plus 3.
Okay.
Cool.
All right.
Jeez.
Plus whatever you say.
So 23.
You like take a step back, Adeline, and she stares in your eyes, and you just like shudder, and she like, you're not charmed by Ilarion, but she smiles. She's like, "Don't you want another chance?"
I'm okay.
Please, excuse me, Ilarion, with all due respect, please don't attempt to charm my daughter. That is quite offensive.
And it looks like you found a god, which she was looking for, but I think everyone's good now.
I could have prayed to you and you toned me down. Instead, my love is beholden to metal. And I sort of like use my fingers to draw in the air his symbol. You know, someone who forgives, gives second chances, actually gives power when asked for it. All that fun stuff. Don't worry though. I'm sure all your little friends will find forgiveness in no time.
She takes like a little step back, right, towards the shrine, and she says, "I don't know how to thank you. I'm glad I was able to be of service, be able to displace the king, and we'll be able to put Thomas on the throne now."
Yes, you should, and all that fun stuff. By the way, people have been getting quite sick.
Yes, that.
I've heard. The whole city is locked down.
Annoying more than anything.
No one is allowed in or out. Do you need help out?
Perhaps.
Yes. That. Perhaps.
You wish to leave?
For now. Things will be in turmoil for a little while. Whilst our little princeling here takes the throne. Things will be in turmoil. There's a plague. A change of leadership.
They will be finding Istra dead soon in the castle.
She
Just
is
FYI.
dying, if not
she-
already dead.
No, she's a puddle.
She is a puddle. That is true.
But
Yes.
Barnaby says, "Thought she was just. She's dead."
Oh, yes.
Oh, yes.
Barnaby,
She's
She's been dead.
She's been dead long before you spoke to us.
She's been very
That was
dead.
an illusion. Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it.
But
She did ask us for help, and we gave her dying deeds and stuff, but then we realized that, oh no, we were in a castle, and the queen was already dead, so we had to figure it out. Don't worry about it.
We are
Everything
putting her
we've done-
dying brother on the throne. It's family. It's all good.
Everything
Yes,
we've done
yes,
so
there's no
far
difference,
has
it's fine.
been, yes, and everything we've done so far has been in line with what she wanted done the last time we spoke with her.
You don't know what happened to one of my followers who ended up at the doorstep.
Which one?
Oh,
Which one? She looks over at Azul. Azul like goes, oh. And she says,
Oh,
why don't
yeah.
you... She looks over at Azul and she stares into Azul's eyes. He says, why don't you tell me what happened
and
to him?
I will stand in front of Azul. It's like, that phone. You
fool.
see, later, it should explode into a giant puddle, and she became this weird, gross monster thing, and that thing, like, totally killed the guy.
Totally killed a guy. Huh.
No. There's no need for such falsities. We are allies now. We're friends. We have done. So we scratch her back, she scratches ours.
Favors.
He was
Favors
a
among
fool
friends.
who got a little too brave, a little too cocky.
Thomas,
Yes,
why
I
don't
got
you
killed.
go away for now? I have to speak to this one over here. And Thomas says, like, just nods his head and he begins to, like, walk away. And Azul is... Where is Azul at?
it's on over there on the dais.
Trying to see you. Oh yeah, I see you. She like like with the crack of the wind, she like almost like she teleports almost, right? With speed. She says, what happened to him? As Adeline's trying to like intersect, I guess, but Adeline is like standing here now, I guess.
Yep.
You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
She says, what happened to him?
Azul, in your mind, you hear Adeline's voice. Don't you remember, Azul? The story is this. He got cocky and he got dead.
Cat got your tongue, Azul? Why don't you tell me what happened? As you're kind of like delaying it, and Laren's sensing something's wrong.
He died for courageously to a powerful enemy. Yes.
His teeth were
You're
missing.
gonna be so deceitful. I can't stand it. I simply dealt with a burden that you gave us.
You just
He
see
was not
Adeline
very adequate.
face palm.
She looks over at Laren. You know very little about us, do you, mortals? I can feel every one of my children. When one dies, I feel its blood leave its body.
He's dead.
Thanks. Why?
She just-
Courageous is the most false description of that creature.
She walks up to Exodus, as Exodus is like just, like talking down to Alarian. Alarian's like only like 5'2", 5'3". Exodus is like 6'8", as a dragonborn, right? But Alarian walks with like a certain swagger, She says, well, a job well done then. So you are a killer. A kingslayer? She says to Exodus.
Unfortunately, it wasn't me, but I did wish for it.
There is bloodlust in your eyes, I can see it. It's a pity you serve such weak gods. So she like takes around she tries to touch around your neck, maybe like a reliquary or something, and like chings it against your plate mail armor.
Stronger than yourself.
How would you know?
Well, maybe in time we can test it, but in the interest of my party, I'll keep my own interest to myself.
She just steps
This
away.
is quaint and all. This is quaint and all, but the matter still stands. The job is done. And I think, obviously, there is recompense that would be requested. I do not seek anything of monetary value, as I am not so foolish as to think that is the most valuable thing. For my part, I ask to be an ally. I will help you if you are willing to also help I.
Indeed, you have helped me greatly, Sir Arno. And now I'll be able to control this city through and through. I appreciate it. How can I help you? How can the Scarlet Wolves, you hear like the hissing of like the catacombs and the crypts, help you? What is it that you see?
I'm just looking towards everyone else at this point. We now have a friend of a leader of a city and thieves guild. We've got a very powerful friend. Please do not squander this. For the love of everything holy, please don't squander this. We just got a big ally who literally is now the leader of a merchant city. She could, with a word, get anything she wants.
She walks up to Arno, like looks down and kneels down in front of him. Her like high heel boots made of leather and strapped across with buckles. You hear the crack of the leather as she kneels down to you. She says, "What is it that you seek?"
What do I seek? I seek power, of course. What else?
Powerful enough to slay a king?
I prefer to be powerful enough to slay a god.
We did that once.
So I hear.
To the north there's a land called Barovia. Do you want to hear how I became this?
I admit I am fascinated.
She says, "It's easier if we do it this way." She takes like a dagger out of her, pouch. And she like cuts her wrist a little bit. She like doesn't flinch when she does it. And she says, "Go ahead."
I do not seek to be a vampire or your child. But
Don't be afraid.
I know, it is merely a warning. I seek a different form of undeath, but I thank you all the same, as I will do the same.
You cut your wrist. What's your own dagger? She's like, "Intriguing. I am quite thirsty. But it doesn't work like that. I thought you were a necromancer." And she holds And she holds
I
up.
need to drink her blood. I'm a fucking idiot.
But she, she licks a little bit of yours. And she's like, "A little too old for my taste."
It's only fair to return the favor, at least.
She holds out the wrist.
I will drink.
You see like a flash, like you're going through like a hazy memory, ripples around the outside of your mind's eye. Phase, you see a large temple. Inside of this temple, you see a lich. Whispers of a stone, of a large obelisk cracked. They travel to a place where you should never go. And there you see a beautiful elven woman. A group of people fighting this woman in a sky of pillars. The world is shaking and the growling. And you see in the distance tornadoes, spirits, and death being absorbed. And you finally see her. In the mind's eye of Valerian, in a way, through a blood memory or something, right? You see the goddess of oblivion. A dragon made of shadow and flame. She says, "Many secrets you seek? Do you wish to know more?"
He is reeling visibly as he pulls back. Holy shit. You've given me much to comprehend. And I thank you, for you have just indirectly shown me my goal.
The temple collapsed when we defeated Bull. Her voice has gone silent ever since.
A shame. I cannot help but wonder what a goddess of oblivion would have to say.
Your bones are old and frail. It's a pity you do not join us.
But there are a means to make them eternal.
The secret is closer than you think. She, grins a little bit and walks back to the altar. What do you guys do?
So, speaks out. Thomas,
Thomas is
why don't...
spider climbs behind the thing and he's gone.
Oh, fuck.
Barnaby.
Well, he might be nearby, but I mean, he's just hiding somewhere in this area.
You do realize I need Thomas, right?
Yes.
Go back to your masters and tell them that Thomas will be arriving shortly. Or better yet, we'll send word.
Will you be able to grant us haven? For the time being, until we are able to leave.
Do you wish to leave now or later?
If we get him on the throne immediately, we can just stay here for a little while. That'll give you exit and time to do things. Because we now have her as a friend, meaning it's not so bad if we continue hanging around the king-to-be.
Speak to my friend. Speak to Arias over here. I'm tired. If you need to see me, I will speak to you at midnight. She walks away.
One request before you leave.
Yes.
In order for us to be on an amicable relationship, there is one thing you must impose with Thomas under your rule. And that is, you must end slavery in a timely manner.
That's a very profitable business. Whatever.
From what I understand, the slavery is run by the Lynx. It's a tradition held by the king.
If you wish to abolish slavery, you must abolish the Iron Lynx. Good luck with that, dear sir.
Why should I trust a holy knight of metal?
Trust? You dare speak of trust to me?
Iron Lynx are stealing money in your city.
There's only so much we can do right now. As soon as we have Thomas in control, much will change.
Indeed.
Will I have your word? As little stock I have in it, that I will see progress on this request.
At the very least, just ask for laws about the treatment of slaves. That's a start. You're not going to abolish slavery overnight, good sir. It doesn't work like that.
Did say a timely manner. Do you have deafness in your ears of old age?
Reaches up, pulls out like a giant fucking lint ball from one of his ears. No, I don't think so.
Let me sleep it on
Pay
it.
more attention.
Let me sleep on this, Paladin. And she walks away,
Well.
like disrespecting you in a way.
Rest well. Now, shall we go back?
I don't think so. I need to take this Thomas fellow back.
He'll be on his way.
Will be on his way, yes.
He'll be on his way. They will want to assume power as soon as humanly possible. I don't think he'll be meeting with the nobles at all.
No
In fact, it might be for the best he doesn't meet the nobles, because if he meets the nobles, well, who knows if one decides to be a little bit greedy and take the throne for themselves.
The other vampires, like, they kind of sleek off into the shadows as Ilarion walks away. Only one vampire remains to escort you, or do whatever you guys request.
Who's this vampire?
I'm
Just a random.
Yeah, it's just a random.
Oh,
Yeah, no,
random?
I say we go back, rest up while we can. In
My
a
name is
palace.
Aurelius. I am no random.
A pleasure to meet you, Sir Aurelius. I am Sir Arno Waywalkett of Fiddlestead.
Where should I take you, Arno of Fiddlestead?
Back to the castle?
Or out
Pass
of
on the
city?
news? Well, I admit, I would rather spend a few days in comfort while Accident does his mission before I must leave for Fiddlestead.
You mean before we must leave for Fiddlestead?
That as well.
We had agreed.
No, you or me do whatever you need to do, but I'm following you, Arno.
And it is appreciated, my dear. It is your call. We can either leave or we can go back to the castle and assist in getting Thomas Vigil on the throne.
Fine, a couple more days.
I would rather have Thomas Vigil on the throne than someone we do not know.
Very well. Back to the
Would you-
castle, a couple more days. We can handle it for now. Hopefully none has entered into the room where we were gone.
If we must, we say she fled. That the stress got to her. That the
She
the
jumped
news of
out
the news
windows.
the news of her brother's return.
I could handle her also.
That she would lose her
I
spot.
also have the ability.
Right.
Yes,
With two
You
of
can always
us,
have her jump out the window.
yes.
I'm just saying.
It could work.
Welcome
Dying
to
of
the
the
group,
sickness.
Barnaby.
dying of the sickness, I think, makes the most sense.
There is
Yes.
a reason why we are known as the Dark Divide, after all.
Well, the divide between the sort of edge of the darkness, I guess you could say.
We walk the line,
Ah, yes, that's a
treading
great way
both
to
good
put it.
and dark, both light and darkness.
Not dark enough.
You and I are of like mind, then. But,
Better to make friends
so be it.
than enemies.
I was scared once too, Arno. Then Ilarion showed me the way.
I have found my own path, thank you. But it is appreciated, and I thank you for your suggestion. Now, let's head back. Give us a few days to prepare, and me to turn Sky's new spells into my spellbook, and then we begin.
So, from what I understand, the plan is we're heading back to the castle, correct?
Yes,
Heading back to
Yes.
Whitehaven?
just to confirm that we can get Thomas Vigil on that throne and give Accident at least a couple days before we dip to figure anything out. Because if you actually get a lead, Arno will help. But like, if you don't get a lead, he's dipping for Fiddlestead. So
I'm pretty sure we can like get a lead because we still haven't asked about what they know about the disease.
yeah, if you get a lead, sure, he'll help. However, you're helping him get to Fiddlestead then. But
Nobody's
Like-
trying to
Agree.
cast any spells or
With
anything like that to try to figure this out as you guys are like level 8.
Reuniting.
I
I mean, I
asked the vampire what he knows about the.
the only real
He's
option.
the second of her, right? Her second in command. She has to know what's up.
He says that, you know, basically that the disease has started like a few weeks ago. He's just has gotten worse, but the vampires don't really care because they're immune to disease.
Do they know where it started?
Some say it started in the slave pits near the docks.
Oh, great.
See, every night we got a location. Sleep.
There you go. Now
I
you got
rolled
to
a
leave.
nat 20. We should know something about the disease.
Sure, roll another perception roll. DC 20.
Can I give her the help action as
And guidance. Guidance.
Evie tries to like look towards, you know, some guidance. I'll have the guidance roll or whatever, but not the help action, but Evie can roll. This is kind of up to you guys as we kind of enter like a downtime thing, right? So
Fucking A.
this is the way I'm this is the way I'm kind of
of
understanding what you guys want to do. The floor is open really, and so basically we go up to this evening, so you guys have all day to do whatever you want to do. You guys are back at the castle. There's like a route, like I mean, I don't know how much we should like, how far we should go with this, you know, as far as like what do you guys want to do, you know?
I
mean, I have at least-
I'm trying to figure out what you guys are trying to do.
I want to, you know, hit
Yeah.
the books, see what I can find out, and I also want to help Excellent find the source of the disease, and also to one night with Excellent sneak up on the prince, maybe, you know, hook up with Barnaby, and, you know, see if we can jump the prince, you know, the soon-to-be king, and make him human.
If you do
that's what I
that,
want.
Arno's fucking attacking you guys.
Why do you
don't know
want to
about it.
jump the king?
To make him
Wait,
human.
what?
To make him
Oh.
human. Yeah.
Ah,
I
The
wanna
vampire
make,
takes you guys back to the castle, so I'll just load up the castle map as we're in Theater of the Mind, really. I'm just gonna, so here's what I'll do, is I'm trying to think how we can do this. I'm gonna do a segment for 3 hours till basically noon. This is what Azula's doing. What is Arno and Adeline doing during this 3 hour time period? Is
What
Arno
are
just
we-
scribing
what are we-
strolls in, or like?
I mean,
I
primarily that's the goal, but if I'm doing something with Adeline, I'm doing something with Adeline. So that
Okay.
takes priority.
There's a part of me wants to check the next floor up because there is a staircase and I'm tempted to see what's above us.
You just want to look around the castle a little bit?
Yes. The other part of me, though, would help Arno translate anything because now I can read everything.
And I'm also
I
going to
should
be
be.
running
I
to
should
you.
be okay on translation. There is
I'm
only
gonna
one.
be
thing.
holding up papers to Adeline. Please tell me what this says.
There's only
Adeline's
one thing.
just sitting there translating shit.
Other than scribing, there's only one thing I want to do, and that will be done just before I go to bed for the night. So that is of little consequence, and I will
But-
be. I'll do all my rolling for scribing. And
Azul is
You
still
know what?
looking through. Let me go back to Azul. Azul is busy
Yeah, no.
looking through the library for more secrets to regard to the tree. On how to maybe uncover the tree and the secrets of the tree, more about it. You were looking through all night, like skimming and looking through this vast library of books, but you know, unfortunately, there's just a lot of information here. But Azul makes another investigation roll over the 3 hour period.
Can I have
You want to help him
known
out?
he wanted to do that and inspire him? And
Yeah.
Just kind of put my hand on his
The
shoulder.
thing is
and
it
say,
only works for 10 minutes, so I'm going to say no. The inspiration is a 10-minute buff. I understand. But
Alright.
you know what? We can use the new rules, right, Evie? The new rules was you rolled a natural 20 on the D check, so you gain inspiration, so you can give that Azul advantage. Right? That's how it works. You guys understand?
oh yeah, I got you.
Yep.
So you can pass off that inspiration to other players like Azul. So Evie can do that.
Yeah.
So Azul, why don't you roll with advantage?
All right, because I have a stack of exhaustion,
It cancels
I
out.
do skill checks at disadvantage, so it's a flat roll.
That's correct.
20.
It's high enough. I'll get back to you. You read about the tree a little bit more, but then you read about... You don't really find a solution to why the tree is... You know, it's theorized that the tree was destroyed because of the darkness. You know, it was happened in the Great War. But you find maybe a reason how you can restore the tree. There are 3 embers in Barovia, apparently held by 3 goddesses. Somehow you'll have to travel to Barovia and seek out these goddesses who possess these ambers, then return them to the Great Gaia tree, if you wish.
Wow, that's
but it could be, you know, you're trying to barter with gods and stuff like that. It could be tricky. Arno is in the study with Adeline. Are you guys just doing your own thing in the study, or what's Arno and Adeline doing?
Your call. I'm primarily looking to scribe things and do one thing in secret at night, but like that's it.
Can I sleight of hand try to take the orb, or put my hand on the orb?
Do you want to steal it from Arno?
I mean, if you just ask him for it, he'll let you put your hand on it.
Okay. It's like, Arno, do you mind? And I sort of like, I have unfinished business.
Leave him intact for me. I need to have a conversation with him myself down the road.
Yes,
I am looking forward to tormenting a genie, as I will offer the orb.
I will hold it, and I want to see if I can heal him in my head.
I'll get back to you. Let me go to the other players real quick, because it'll be kind of like a scene or something, right? Evie, what do you want to do?
Just look for any information that might help us.
You're trying to figure out what the disease and stuff like that?
Yeah, so we can go on to Fiddlestead.
Exodin, are you trying to do this too? So you and Evie are kind of looking for a cause behind the disease over the course of 3 hours? You're asking around the castle, right?
I would think so. I guess there's like an apothecary in the castle. We tried visiting them first, see if they have any idea what's going on with it, and then maybe the Temple of Madel, see if they have any understandings of it, and I guess then follow up by going to the slave pits.
Yeah, Evie, it's kind of peculiar, you know. Accident's walking down the stairs. Accident feels like the little vibration in his backpack or something, right? What does Accident do?
Oh shit.
Oh no.
Oh shit indeed.
I pull out the stone. Does anything happen when I do?
Yeah, you hear the voice of a woman on the other side as you hold it up. I'm assuming like it's like an outside communication. Like it's sort of like a cell phone in a way, right? On speaker.
Yeah.
We hear that you have one of the fingers. That the king is dead. Is this true? Do you have one or both of the fingers?
Well, the king is dead. However, he did not have the fingers on him.
He didn't?
No.
We need to meet up.
I'm currently busy at this time.
Gonna have to ditch that finger, my
It's
guy.
important that we meet up.
What I'm doing is far more important.
Make a deception roll.
I mean, you could leave it with me. I'm just saying.
Yeah, right. You'd like that.
I mean, hey, like.
Evie, you hear this conversation going on with this like ascending stone. Make a deception roll.
I did. I got 20.
Okay, when should we meet then?
Did you not just hear me?
Yes, but when? I know you're busy now, but when are you not going to be busy?
Oh, let's say we'll meet in a week from now.
1 week? We'll meet you tonight.
1 week.
Are you staying in the castle?
Yes.
We will find you at sunset. Don't be late. Meet us at the well at night.
I'm not going to be meeting you.
The phone goes like dead. They just hung up on you. I have the well out here, in Stormberg right here. Evie, I'm going to go back to Barnaby. What is Barnaby doing? Kind of left Barnaby out a little bit. What is Barnaby up to?
Barnaby kind of would be pondering to himself a little bit.
Do you understand what's going on, Barnaby?
I have a vague idea of what's going on.
So what's happened is you have found Thomas Vigil. Thomas Vigil appears to be He appears to be a vampire spawn.
Oh yeah, 100%.
From Alarion, one of the thieves guild beneath the sewers of Stormbrook.
Mm-hmm.
And there's talk about, as we were talking about it, Alarion plans to put Thomas Vigil on the throne. And thereby basically run Stormbrook through Thomas Vigil.
Barnaby would ponder a bit. Like, can Barnaby himself really trust the word of some vampires? And is there any way I can go talk to Adeline?
Yeah, you go talk to Adeline. They're in the upstairs, in the place.
Mm-hmm.
Barnaby and Adeline, what do you guys want to say? Go ahead.
What can I do for you, Barnaby? As I'm there reading, I have a pad of paper in one hand, and you just watch as I'm like translating a bunch of things into like another thing. I'm just have paper and I'm writing out the translation of it, of like various books and stuff.
Mm-hmm. Are you? Is there a seat next to you at all? Would you know? Or is there a seat next to you, DM?
Yeah.
No, yeah, of course.
Yeah, there's a seat next to me. You can sit down.
Barnaby would kind of gesture to the...
Arno's there with Adeline. They're like best of buds.
Arno's here next to him. It's like, this is something you want to say out loud, or would you want to do it in private?
We can do it out loud. It's not really, it's just a matter of just questioning, really. He kind of really takes a seat for a second, kind of adjusts his holsters to actually, be able to sit down and such. And he kind of leans forward and kind of asks you, now, I was hired to, bring Thomas to the House of the Nobles, and I see he's in other hands, and that these people, these things, are promising to, are promising to put him on the throne. Do you have a good relationship with these people? Can you really trust these people?
I'm going to be honest with you, good soul. You see, my caring about this land lasted until I finished the promise I gave Lady Istro before she died, which was to take care of the evil that was previously on the throne. Ian, Mindflayer, super bad guy, really bad.
They're talking about evil, and there's Arno has a necklace with a bone finger around it.
I mean, I tucked that away when we went to go talk to Alarion. I hid that shit away. He's under cloaks and clothing now. That shit is.
Yeah. So you have one or two now?
Just the one.
I have one. Accident has the other.
Okay.
Yes. So
I want it back, but he's not gonna give it to me.
So, Mr. Barnaby, as I was saying, I don't care about this land. I'm not from here. And as far as I can tell, it has its own issues. And I don't know which one, whoever sits on the throne next is going to have their own set of issues to handle. But, in an effort to be better, I think stabilization of the land is better than outright civil war, which would happen if there was no direct heir to the throne, as all the noble houses would fight amongst each other. So if Thomas needs to be on the throne, he will be there, and then that will work best for the people, I guess. Who controls Thomas? Well, Thomas will always be a puppet. He would be a puppet to a vampire. He could be a puppet to a noble house. or he could be a puppet to whatever advisors he picks. There is no such thing as a ruler who controls themselves.
Can't argue with that logic. And now that I really think about it, as long as he's alive and ends up on the throne, I guess my work here is done.
See? Now you truly understand what it means to be a member of the Dark Divide.
May I have permission to chime in real quick, just for my own curiosity?
Of course.
Were you hired to kill Thomas Figgle?
That was on the job description, but you know,
I thought so.
they also mentioned a capture in there as well. It's very hard to really
I figured as much.
Yes. Understand, because first of all, from them there's a bounty out for him, dead or alive, but they also want him captured. So I don't know which came first. So I was merely just trying to find his whereabouts and decide from there, really.
If they are willing to post a reward for dead or alive, I have no doubt that once they received him, they had every intent of killing him. Fair enough.
Nobles are always ambitious.
Correct.
Nobility means that you want nothing more than to be on the throne yourself, or for your bloodline to be on the throne. Even those that claim that they're unambitious just means that they're running from responsibilities.
Having an inn with the king and the city doesn't sound like too bad of a deal.
Now you think.
No, it doesn't. And he kind of puts his hat, or grabs his hat and puts it on the table. Is there space on the table at all?
Yeah, I'd say there is. There's a lot of books strewn about, but yes.
I would put it in an empty spot, and he kind of looks at both of you. What does Arlo look like? I never really got a good description.
Arno?
Yeah, Arlo.
Oh boy, Arno.
Oh, Arno.
Arno,
okay.
Yes.
I always heard Arlo.
Based around the French. Arno is a 2 foot 11 inches tall gnome. He is really, really small. 38 pounds, 427 years old. He looks ancient. But he wears robes of sickly green, spectacles on his eyes. He almost always is leaning heavily on a staff of some sort. Mm-hmm. And there's a glint in his eye very much akin to a teacher. That prideful look of, look at you, you're learning. Mm. However, he's also appears to be weathered by pain and experience. One does not live for 427 years without seeing a whole lot of hell.
Oh, yeah. Barney kind of puts his hat on the table and kind of looks to you, Adeline. And he goes, from what I recall, you said you were the leader of this group, correct?
Sort of. Let's go with that. Sure. Why not?
Just a smirk.
All right. I'll say the one that makes the executive decisions, at least. Yes.
I make some of them.
All right. At least 2 other members are here. I'm assuming, right?
Yes. We do have enough of a majority to make a concise vote.
Well, the votes that matter, at least.
Now, my job was to come assist you and become a great asset to find Thomas and such. And after hanging out with the very, very, very little time that I've been with you, I'm quite intrigued. I've been heard of mind flayers, vampires, crazy stuff, really.
Necromancy?
Necromancy.
That too.
And it seems very profitable.
Oh, it most certainly is. We recently came into quite a bit of coin, after all.
Oh, yes. That hoard was quite large.
Yes.
He kind of closes his eyes and just makes a humming sound as you say coin. Definitely. And I was wondering, it's all right if you deny or anything, but maybe I could join this dark divide. Really? Just to hang out with you guys a little longer. And
Let me ask you a question.
go right ahead.
Let's say, just for the sake of it, say there was a bit of an argument about some decisions, and let's say, just as an example, Exon loses his temple and kills poor Arno. Mind you, he gets healed relatively quickly and he's all fine and stuff. What side would you take?
Well, there's a lot of questions before I can answer. Really?
Of course.
It's like, why would Exodin do that to Arlo? Why would he go into a rage? What was the reason? There are many
A
variables.
difference of opinion, perhaps.
Yes.
Mhm.
Although, I could always just say, Exodin has morals. Morals don't tend to get you very many coin.
Let's, speaking of Exodin, we'll go to Exodin and Evie, who are going to the apothecary. You guys meet the apothecary. He's just like, kind of looks like he's got the friar style haircut, the bald thing with the crown, around his head. Yes, my lord.
Well, we're here to ask about the plague that's been going around. Do you know anything of it?
Yes, nasty stuff, this plague recently. Fortunately, we haven't had to start to pile the bodies up and burn them.
Do you know anything of its origin?
I could have gotten some of those bodies, damn it.
The origin? No, strangest thing, I haven't quite seen anything like this. You adjust some of his beakers and, some of his herbs on the shelf.
Could you let Evie look at the bodies and what work you have accomplished?
Do you wish to see one of the bodies?
Not just one, but most of them. You have been piling them up, right?
No, not quite yet. It's not that severe. Just the sickness started to come on about... yes, about a few weeks ago. And then, of course, it was only last week they shut down King Ian shut down everything. But did you hear the guards are talking already about it? Apparently Thomas Vigil has been found.
I'm only here for the plague.
Well, maybe Thomas will change something and things can change under new kings,
Yes, he can change policy and law, but he cannot handle what is currently occurring.
Now come think about it.
That's natural, good sir.
It was about that time the king disappeared for a few days. He said he had to go somewhere. And then, it was only then, a few days later, I wonder if he brought something back on his trip that made him sick. He was having a nasty cough.
Where exactly was he traveling?
He wouldn't say. Exodin can make an insight roll if he wishes to. Or you can as well, Evie. Evie can as well. Kind of thinking about things. Evie, this is right around the time that you joined the Dark Divide yourself, if you think about it. Exodin roll, but also Evie can roll as well.
Like,
If you want to give yourself inspiration as well, you can as well. You can roll, what is it? Is your inspiration up to D8 or D10?
I think it's a D10.
The DC is like 10, guys.
It's
Oh, yeah.
D8.
This is right around the time that you guys were in the temple, right? the 10th Shrine of Emos, right? A few weeks ago.
Oh shit! All right.
Let's go back to Azul. Azul, do you have any questions about the ambers?
No. I don't think I'll find much information after I found this. I'll try and find a book on Barovia just to, if I can like narrow down like the names of these 4 goddesses that have these 4 embers.
So what you look at a picture, this is what they talk about. It's these stones that were maybe gifted by the goddess of Voltun, the goddess of seasons, to spirit creatures and forest dwellers. Each one of these stones, the mark of 3, holds great power. Each stone unto themselves has great power within it. All 3 stones combined can perform something great. If placed maybe in or near the tree. Right? But you have to go find each one of these spirits of the woods up north by yourself or with the party. If you wish to restore if you wish to restore the Great Gaia tree, you read about a little bit more about your brethren and your kin a little bit. You have heard about elves across the sea in Layla. There is another tree out there, but it's unknown what is going on with it.
Tree across the sea?
Yeah. It's across the sea. It would take probably months to travel there, but it could be done. Unless, you have heard Arno talk about teleportation circles and things like that. And then, of course, you think about the Temple of Emos and the circle there. Traveling through it is risky, but it can be done to travel great distances and almost instantaneously.
Map, right?
Yeah, you still have the map too, Evie. Evie has the map. Let's go back to Arno, Adeline, and Barnaby. In the study, just talking it up. Mm-hmm. And then, of course, Adeline, did you guys finish your conversation about Exodin? And does Adeline want to touch and try to talk with Emos?
Do you feel satisfied?
Barnaby, are you happy with the Exodin talk? Barnaby, it's fairly obvious that Adeline and Arno are probably one side of an argument, and Exton might be on side of a different argument. And
to be fair, I think the factions are already starting to form. The dark and the light are starting to very clearly show their sides.
Mm-hmm.
And so it's at this point, it was just a gentle question: which side are you on, dark or light?
Yeah.
Probably on Arlo or your side, really.
Yes! Let's go! We got a team!
That is good to know.
But yeah, just at least give it some thought. Like I said, I would really like to join your little group here, your team of sorts. And I can assure you I can make a pretty great asset, really.
Of course. As far as I'm concerned, it's fine by me.
As am I.
Very well. He kind of picks up his hat and puts it back on his head, tilts it forward, and kind of gives you a little tip of the hat. He goes, if there's any way I can help with you right now or later, let me know.
Well, something we can do right now. You can make sure we don't die when I get a little bit distracted.
Actually, there is something you could do for me. Unfortunately, I will be a bit too preoccupied to do this myself, but for the next 2 days or so, could you do me a favor and make Azul's life a living hell?
Maybe trip him up a couple of times.
Teach him that speaking is not a good idea.
Put a little bit of hot sauce in his food when he can't handle it.
I can think of many ways to keep him occupied.
You have my thanks.
What have I ever done? I saved your life.
I would have made yeah, but then
Sorry.
you fucking were an idiot. I would have made you a rat and kept you in a pocket for like an hour.
We love
I'm
him
busy.
just fine. He's a good enough friend. And all that, a great partner, fantastic shot and all that. It's just sometimes he annoyed me and Barnaby, we trust you now, but when you first came in, of course we didn't trust you whatsoever, so just let me know that he spilled a secret before we wanted him to, but that's okay.
He needs to learn that secrets are meant to be kept, not slipped through between the tongue.
Speaking of secrets, Arno, do you mind if I talk to my old friend?
Of
I have some
course.
unfinished business.
Hmm?
And you watch as Arno passes over this metal sphere that's like has these different sort of markings on it, and like it's almost like a sphere made of metal that has like that's made out of like metal lace, and within it there was almost like moving magical lava that seems to be sitting within it. And you watch as Adeline picks up. Hi, baby. Sorry, my cat just appeared out of nowhere. You watch as Adeline picks it up by the chain that's attached to it, and she's staring into it. It's like, can you hear me? I think we need to resolve a conversation.
Come in. It's like touching. Imagine you're laying in bed and like you touch the face of like a familiar lover. Kind of like that feeling.
Do you mind holding on to it, Arno?
Yes, I got you.
And as you hold it, you watch as Adeline sort of turns to almost sort of this vibrant blue smoke and sort of enters into it.
Barnaby is staring, like he's like, "Wow, what is happening?"
Magic, my friend, magic.
And I go into the sphere. I figured we should have a conversation.
A man of
Did it?
blue and hues, he ripples with like blue flame, his skin. He says, "Where have you been?"
Taking care of the one I handed you over to. After I had to do this,
You left
To
me with
save
a
my
monster.
life. I got you back.
Indeed you did. What can I do for you?
What do you know of Rizu?
Another
There's the...
He's another genie like me.
How did he become a genie? They say he was a king and then became something else.
He's the Genie King. He's a powerful genie. He has only one master. Every genie has a master.
And who is Rizu's master?
Do you wish to know?
I do. What would it cost me?
I wish to be released.
See, I don't know if I can do that.
He like gestures to like the sofa. He like taps it a little bit to have you come over.
I'm not gonna move over. I'm gonna stay standing.
Don't be shy.
My emos. So much more forward than you used to be.
I'm not bound to anyone right now.
That. Oh, so very true. You see, I'm bound to someone else. Can't go upsetting my new binds, after all.
Come closer.
What does Rizu know of undeath? And being a lich?
He stands up and like, you know, his hands like ripple with blue flame. And he's like, touch.
I just hold out my hand.
It doesn't burn like when his hand touches yours. And he's like us. He's not undead. He's of energy formed from the great affects. Power is all he knows. And power is all he seeks. And that's why he serves the darkness so well.
Then how does he know anything about Lichdom?
Ignorant girl. You met me when you were so young.
Yes.
You only unlocked a fraction of your power. But we genies, when we serve a master, can grant many wishes. And I will grant you a wish. You released me.
What would be the binds of the wish?
No catch.
None whatsoever.
Well, you serve the god Meetle now, do you not? He looks down at your symbol.
Perhaps.
The gods may not look favorably on those who wish to break their reality.
And you have the power to break reality?
That is what a wish is. It's for mortals to desire what they cannot. Is that not true? Rizu is one of the generals of the darkness. He's not like me or like others. He seeks out us, and each one of us he acquires, he grows stronger. That is why I must be released. It is only a matter of time before he finds me.
I would want it inviting that my release of you would grant me a wish with no bounds. To be given immediately.
Gladly. He goes over to the table and like, imagine you just like, you're looking at the table and like, there's a pen and ink and a quill and the parchment is there. He says,
you managed to
go
guess
ahead
exactly what I was going to do.
Go ahead. Write as whatever you wish.
You managed to guess exactly what I was going to do with him, Adeline.
And that's where we'll begin, I think, next week as Adeline thinks about this, I guess, right?
Except, Adeline, the difference was, I was going to give him an ultimatum. I was going to say, either I'm giving you, I want you to give me the secrets of Lichdom, or I'm just giving you to the king, the genie king.
See, here's the problem, Arno. Adeline wants more than anything to give you what you want most. And what she thinks Arno wants most
is his wife. Which
so
isn't true.
Yeah.
Well, there's a lot of ways or something. We just leave this open. Now you can think about it.
I'm going
you have a whole week to think about it.
An entire week to have very full.
Or maybe you want to discuss with the group as well if something happening.
I highly recommend you add a clause that he cannot harm us in his freedom.
Like,
yeah, because it would just be
as you're
grant the wish and just die.
As you're like gauging Emos, this is like the most nervous you've ever seen him. He seems he seems honestly concerned that Rizu's out to get him. You know.
Yep.
So, he's willing to maybe break.
You want a chewy action for us?
Did you guys have fun?
I will, yes. I will spend a week trying to figure out the exact wording of this thing.
Oh, yeah.